Welcome back to another episode of the Red Wagon Inn. I'm so excited to have y'all here for our 21st episode. That means we got 20 in the bucket, drained, swished, and we got a lot more to go. This will be our last official Red Wagon Inn before the end of the year. Then we're going to do a Christmas one-shot next week that I'm currently writing, and it is going to be awesome. And then we're going to come back in January, and this one promises to have a lot of stuff happen in this one from where we left off, which I am very, very excited about. But before we get into all that, anybody got things they want to plug? Because I know some of you do. What do we got to plug tonight?
Hello, it is I. I don't know why I chose that
Castigon?
voice. Hey, I actually don't know what Castigon sounds like now that I hear it. I'm just gonna talk like this. Hello. Hi. Hi. I'm doing a thing called Boy a Day, BOI a Day. It's a wholesome little thing I just started today, and it's already at like 100 followers on Twitter and Instagram, and it's just like daily doodles. So it's a new project I'm starting that I'm just gonna post a little nice quote and a drawing every single day. So that is my little thing to plug if you want to see cool, fun, wholesome things. Today I drew a mushroom. Okay, goodbye.
For free?
For free! Daily content for free.
Well, for free, what a value. One thing I have to plug, which is nothing crazy, but it's mostly just a thank you to all of you, because I haven't got to say it publicly yet, but so thankful and excited for everyone who has been so amazing. Ryba Mom, Ryba Dad, Ryba Granny, they're all back and doing good, out of the hospital, all absolutely killing it and having a great day today. So for all the amazing support that you all gave throughout all this, know that every single one of them was so happy and it meant so much. And so thank you to all of you. COVID is a son of a gun, and we have heard a lot of people in the chat who have not had as lucky of an interaction with their family members. And so just truly, it means a lot for all the support that you've given. So thank you. Even Rybo Mom is saying in the chat, you guys rock. Thank you for all the support. And it's true. So that's my plug, is just you guys are awesome. And so you should check you all out. You're pretty neat. Anybody else have anything? Beautiful.
Brie and Jakey look so beautiful today. I just have to say,
I know.
Get out of it, Drew. Just shut up. Shut your mouth.
I agree, Drew, but I mean it genuinely.
Drew's in Bree's bad books. We'll see how summer goes with it.
See if he gets himself out of it tonight.
Yeah. Outlook's not good.
A ton of different art from everybody tonight, and this might be the most that we've ever had in a single week. Our first one is Blaze Lynn, which is their drawing of Team, which looks so awesome. What a wholesome little boy with his purple eyes, and he's back to life. Look at him. He's so cute.
just a little man.
He's just a little man. And then we also have a gif of Xenia from Bobo, which is a pixel arty dancing thing. This one's actually slowed down so that we didn't give everybody epilepsy.
That's from the new RWA game coming, right?
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. It's just Dungeons and Dragons 8-bit. I love it.
Catnip Xenia.
It's just you got to collect catnip, and then the levels get more trippy. And then you fight Nimbus at the end and become a thunder goddess.
Somebody
Yes.
please make Xenia Pac-Man, where it's just catnip in the corner. Then we also have two things from Chaotic Neutral. The first one is Salt's down here in the corner having a Merry Christmas, stealing everything in the land with his new Fae-thiefy powers. Acquiring. Borrowing, whatever you want to call it. And then we have the beautiful Summer, both hand-drawn and both very, very beautiful. Thank you, Chaotic Neutral.
Amazing.
Wow, so beautiful.
So beautiful. And then we have something from The Creative, which is the Anxiety Cat Gorf. And this is my favorite one. And Dad's least favorite cat in the world. So glad to have him on there. The other thing that we have is a drawing done by our boy, Jakey Boy, which represents all the different characters in their shape or form. We've got the lightning, we got the wings, we got the hat, we got the rat tail, we got the clock. It's pretty rad, if I do say so myself. And then we have our real rad official art from Sephi-chan, which this one... It makes me so happy.
It's rough.
It makes me so happy, dude. Just look at it all.
Yeah.
How like innocent this is, but truly, if nobody knew how horrible this is. Oh man.
Yup.
Then we have two pieces of giveaway tonight. One of which is a health potion. We have another health potion for all the health going out there that people need from me again. And then the second thing tonight is a giveaway from from Drewy Boy. combine the names, which is little Twintig and his little sweater there in 1d20, and then a regular d20 to go with it.
They're pretty neat.
Talk about them, Drew.
They're dice.
They
And
are
I
dice.
made them.
Oh, man. Also, something that I'm seeing in the chat here, Think Creative said that their grandmother tested positive for COVID. We got such a warm welcome for our family, and so please put your thoughts and efforts and love towards Think Creative and theirs, because they deserve it. They've been such active and positive person. So thank you so much, Think Creative, and we all absolutely send you our love. Just so you know, and know that you're not going through it alone. So, yeah. With that, we need a recap, but as we did on our last 10 episode recap, we have an assigned person for that instead of just an individual person. And so I think we're going to do a Salt based recap like we did last time. Are you ready, Salt?
I'm always ready. Let me just
I was going to say it's perfect because I didn't have the willpower to watch last episode for the notes.
Oh man, I'm hoping everybody's getting their pants on and ready for this episode.
I got my comfort blanket.
While that's
I
going
just took
on,
my pants off for this. That's how excited I am.
well, get
Okay,
your socks
younglings,
on.
come on. Okay, younglings. Come on, little ones. Calm down, calm down. Look, you don't need to twist my arm. Unlike that lady from the plane of air, but that didn't happen till later in the story, so we won't talk about that yet. Chapter 2. We're all pretty bizarre. Some of us are just better at hiding it. So there we were. Oh, sorry. Let me just get to the right page, guys. Ha! So there we were, huddled inside the Red Wagon Inn, with Keenak outside. We quickly made leg in it out of the secret passage, and got the front seat of watching him confront the RWI. Of course, we were not going to wait for long, and so we went and confronted him ourselves. After much arguments and near misses of a giant brawl, we went poof and teleported halfway across the land to find a menagerie that could look after the egg. Since the eggs were not easy tasks to be looked after, really. Now, children, especially you, little Herc. It is you, little one, yes. It was at this time in our lives that we encountered the legend, the myth, the one and only Herc. And what a legendary bird he was. He could fly faster than a speeding bullet, chill you with a wink, and take down giants with a single elbow. So we arrive at this menagerie, and would you believe it? No one was there. In fact, all the animals were loose, including the feared and dreaded Gorf. So, it's all right, children. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right, little one. You can be muted if you want. So, as we do, we set off to find the owner of this menagerie. And Herc and yours truly fly off to find her, and find her we did, along with the biggest, craziest bird we had ever seen. This bird's wingspan was at least, is that number right? 7 elephants wide. It's been a while, but yeah, that was big, really. And it was not happy with us. We fought well and we fought hard, including the only known ever use of the double decker pulverizing megasphere. Yes, children. And in the end, I'm sorry, little ones, to say this, but we lost Herc and team. Yes, children, I know, but your godfather isn't dead. Well, there's a reason we nicknamed him the Immortal Man, because you are in for a lengthy list of deaths in this story. The menagerie woman had some special magic, though, that helped us bring Team back to life, with skin and wings. I know, ooh, yuck, right? But just like emo music, it would only be a phase.
Hey.
A druid also took away Herc, but we will come back to that in a later chapter. We handed over the eggs and met up with a boy who could leap through time. Yes, it was Gideon, and time was not on his side. Meanwhile, it ended up being Hallows End night, which I know you all love to celebrate. And it was this Hallows End that started the family tradition of finding the largest pumpkin. Smash, everyone beat
smash.
beating it with a stick until it was pulp. For you see, little ones, when we met the giant pumpkin, we met an actual giant pumpkin that tried to turn us into pumpkins. And it has been from then onwards that every Hallows Eve we beat up the largest pumpkin so that no one will grow that big again.
Smash it.
Smash.
It's so much fun to smash, isn't it?
Smash.
In fact, I'll get you
Smash.
another pumpkin tonight. But during this time, we got to meet one of the best, most amazing, truly godly individuals that has ever crossed our paths. None other than the reverent, exalted God of Travelers, that's right, Castigon himself.
Hexagon!
Exactly the one. Bestagon it is. And what a first meeting it was. He was singing and celebrating in song and having a great time. Unfortunately, though, when he met up with our time-leaping boy, he was introduced to the ceremonial kick in the nuts. There was some scuffling, and your auntie poofed out of existence. We soon figured out, though, she had disappeared into the Feywild.
Is that where the super giant elephants live?
Yes, that is where the extremely giant elephants live. You've been paying attention, little one. And when we got there, we got to meet Blossom. Oh, Blossom.
Hey, so you were in the Feywild?
Yes, sorry, children. Sorry, yes. So we were in the Feywild, and we headed out to find your auntie, with Blossom at our lead. She took us down towards this great city. If you think big, this was big. She helped us navigate through dangerous beasts until, well, we met the Puddle. Now, little ones, if you think Cliff was scary, Puddle was even more so. Not only did it do this to me, but it also swallowed whole Gideon. And legend says he never felt the same again. We managed to take the Puddle down and get to the city and meet the Fey King. And we learnt that when you're at the city, you don't need roads, just giant gorilla flingy thingies. And it's here that we found your auntie and ended up becoming the prince and princess of Feywild. But the Royal Legacy is a different book we can go through another day.
Aww.
It's okay, we'll cover it, hon. So we headed back to Ashbourne because we found out that Robert, yes, Robert, had found and buried his brother. As we arrived, though, our time boy decided to pick a fight with Castigon. And well, when you pick a fight with a god, all hell breaks loose. That's right, Ithaca made a return and destroyed half the city. We got teleported to multiple planes of existence and even had to fight, not fight, in a time, but not in a time, but kind of in a time, so that it's like out of time fight in a place called the Time Scar. Oh, headaches. But which in time will make more sense. End chapter 2.
Just, you know you get a
Bravo,
point.
bravo.
You know you
I
get a
can't wait
point.
for chapter 3. Oh gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
That's my rap.
I honestly can't
Right.
believe how much has happened in the last 10 episodes. Like, it's insane.
A
It's like 2 or 3
absolute
things.
lot. Yeah, these past 10 episodes, I thought the first 10 was like, oh man, they skipped a lot. You know, they got the spear so early.
No.
Nope.
It's almost like you could take each episode and split them in half, and it could be its own episode.
Right.
Don't know
everyone got
why you had to drag emo music, Alex. Your-
Definitely not a face.
yeah.
Not a face.
I'm God.
Says the girl whose whole outfit is Panic at the Disco as Summer.
I definitely
Yeah.
didn't do it for your last episode, Brie.
I feel personally attacked right now.
Oh, man.
I'm 28 and firmly living in 2004. Thank you very much.
Do.
All right, Brendan,
I
you're
chime in.
Oh, that was good. Okay. That was good. Right. Also, just so everybody's aware, Jackie may or may not have to tune in and out at this one. She's got some awesome things going on that are all great things that would definitely need to go and do. So if you see her screen go black, it's not a glitch. If anybody else's screen goes black, though, yell at them. That's their fault, including mine if everybody's goes black. Right. Do you have anything else before we get started?
Do I get inspiration or GFY if my son interrupts the stream?
He
Because
gets
that
an
may also
inspiration. He gets
One
an
of each.
inspiration.
Because
It depends
Max-
if he's wearing pants or not, Brie.
Fair enough. That's a DMCA GFY. All
I
right.
can't promise anything.
So, one thing that I want to clarify before we get started, because is there anything else that we need to do? I don't think there is, but one thing that I want to clarify for chat specifically, where we last left off is what you normally do in a D&D session when things are getting that intense, is everyone goes, let's go one more hour. Let's round this up. Let's wrap this up to a good stopping point. We're hosting a show, and so we have to stop at a 4-hour mark. So, things had been and kept escalating. That does not mean that this new episode starts at the bottom and needs to escalate again. I need you all to be up and at that same escalation point where we left it last time. There needs to still be the worry for everything that's happened. This is not, it's a new day, wonder what we're going to do today. So expectations are set. Right. With that, everybody grab a drink, pull up a chair, and let's come hang out at the newly destroyed Red Wagon Inn. Where
And
we
the
last...
giveaway is live.
Oh, and the giveaway is live. Yeah, good. Where we last left, as was discussed by Salt, Ithka had completely destroyed a full half of the Red Wagon Inn, burning it in acid, where Carleen had also died and fallen victim to this, but was revivified by Gideon and his strange powers. Dane had been teleported away by Castigon, as had Ithka, before Castigon had teleported the majority of you all away and out of here. But Castigon and Gideon were in the time scar where Castigon tried to use the amulet to poof away, but Gideon caught a celestial in a magic circle, stopping celestial magic. But Gideon poofed to you all, you poofed a few other places, and now you're back at the inn. It is still about noon, midday. The sky in itself is red purely from all of the smoke, from all of the burning buildings that are now from the acid, either on fire or still currently dissolving as the smoke, both green and black, floats up into the air. There's still screams to be heard throughout Ashburn. Just as you all came back, Savage ran through the rubble and is standing atop it, bow out, arrow knocked. He says, "What happened here? What's going on? Did you see where the dragon went?" Come on, one of you answer me.
She's gone away now.
You saw her fly away.
Well, she didn't really fly away. The not god made her disappear.
He walks down and off the rubble in towards the rest of the house. He kind of looks up and pauses, looking at you in a, is this going to hold kind of manner.
She's gone. She's gone. She's not on this plane anymore.
You're certain about that?
Uh-huh.
Well, where the Carleen, okay, where the hell are Dane? Where's Valos? Where's Tonar?
They're gone.
What do you mean they're gone?
They're gone. He took them.
That dragon took him? Son of a bitch.
No, not the dragon. The traveler. He has taken them.
You mean Keenek, the red lizard who came through here?
No. Is a would-be god.
What? Is that a good thing? They didn't get hit by the dragon.
No, we don't know. All I know is they are gone.
Is everybody here okay, at least?
Physically,
Physically is what I'm looking for. I have other people who are not.
yeah. No, we can maybe help. Look for some people that might need some of our assistance.
Yeah, there's plenty. If everybody here is okay, if you gather yourselves, come back to the town. We need you. See, strings his bow, thinking that the threat is no more, at least, of the dragon. He knocks the arrow back into his quiver before climbing over. You can hear him as he touches the still acidically burning wood from the inn before climbing his way out back in towards the town and leaving.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, can I just clarify something from last session?
Yep.
Castellan only took Dane, right?
Correct.
Uh-huh. And we just healed
Carleen.
Carleen. Do we know where she is?
She's on the table where Gideon had left her.
Mm-hmm.
She's currently passed out, but she is on the table, laying there.
Yeah.
Breathing.
As a side
She
note,
has
team's not all there right now.
Yeah. That was just a Brie clarification.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
Also,
Cool.
Bobo absolutely gets a GFY in the chat. He said, "I'm sure Tonar could balance out the acid since he's a basic bitch."
That's incredible. That's a GFY?
Oh,
God
yes, it
damn,
is.
I'd give inspiration for that. That's so good.
It was
That's
so
not
good.
even just
but
pun. That's science.
Bobo wants the GFY. You know he does.
Nope, give him
That's fair.
inspo. Give him inspo.
Alex wants him to have an inspo. Fair enough. I'll give him an inspo since that's what everybody's claiming for. We'll give him an inspo. Just because I know that'll make him more mad.
Bogo, yes.
Before Savage gets out, team's gonna yell out and say, "The rest of the town. How is it?"
It's... Oh, you want me to say a dragon just came through here and breathed acid on everything. It's not good. That it couldn't go all across town, but there is a solid line of destruction out that... He goes to say door and point at it, but out there.
Thank you.
He pops off the rubble on the other side and says, "Clean yourself up if you're all right," before he just leaves out of sight, leaving you all there in the inn, alone with Carleen, breathing heavily in her unconscious state.
As this happens, Ryan, I think it's about the right time where I'm now I'm joining the guys because I just come from the sea.
Yeah.
Let go of the tail, pop myself down, and walk over. And wow, guys, this is a mess.
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't think a broom will help.
Team's gonna get up and make his way out the door. Not even worrying about the acid.
Wait, team, are you hurt? Okay. Okay. Is anyone hurt? I know you said you're okay, but are you guys really okay?
Better than this house or this inn.
Were there other people in the inn with us before the attack happened?
There was nobody on the bottom floor that you knew of, because Dane had cleared everyone out besides he and Carleen. But you don't know about the upper floors.
I'm just gonna go look for some, make sure there's no one stuck or anything. And I'm gonna try and see if I can see anyone in the building.
Summer, you go up the first set of stairs, but you notice the second half of it has been obliterated by the acid. In order to climb up the rest of the building, you would have to climb, which is no problem since you are a rat folk, but that's an effort you would have to make to climb through the open parts of the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb through and see if there's anyone that I can help.
You start climbing up on the parts that are still remaining. It's mostly the stone that still remains intact. A lot of the acid traveled its way through the grains of wood and started eating at any part that was solid, kind of causing it to almost be like a termite-like decay from the inside out. You climb up to get to the second floor area where it looks like all of the rooms themselves are just opened without a door, as if a knife cut straight through halfway on this inn here. It seems that most of the people from the second story have all been evacuated. You go to the third story where you and the rest of your companions were currently staying. You don't see any other people there before you climb up to the fourth one. The only other person that might be able to climb with her, I will ask if Salt is still staying on the ground floor or going with his sister, because you are also a rat folk.
I'll head up with Brie.
Okay. So as you and Summer are climbing up, you're more following her, as your sister is more somber about this than you are, just not saying a word, just following her up. Summer, you get to the fourth floor, and you reach up to grab something, and you feel something wet as you pull your hand away, expecting an acidic bite, but you look and your hand is red. You pull yourself up on that bottom floor, and you see some unlucky human was cut cleanly in half by this acid, eating right down to the bone. You move over, climbing your way to the side to one of the other ends. There are two women curled up in a corner there. They appear to be half elf women. Some that you've seen here in the inn before in the kind of workers' outfits, curled up kind of in a ball and just scared, frozen in fear in the corner off to the side. As you come up, they hear something and they hear the floorboards creak as their heads just kind of turn. They seem to not notice what you are, but are just kind of prepared and scared for their doom.
It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
What was that?
It's gone now. It's okay. We're gonna get you out. Are you hurt?
One that's kind of the back of the two holds her hand up, and you can see a nub. What once was a right hand, there's nothing left on her hand there. The second one says, "My sister was leaning against the wall when she almost fell, but I grabbed her. She's..." You see the other one kind of numb, as if survivor's shock has hit her. She's just staring down at the nub on her hand. You know, it says, I tried to, she won't. She just won't.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get you out. We're gonna get you down. I'm gonna try and approach them kind of cautiously so they don't get freaked out.
I put my hand on Summer's shoulder before she walks off. I don't know how we get them down, sis. Pepper's tail can't carry them down. Far up. We're very high up.
We'll find some rope. We've got to do something. We can't just leave them here.
No, I agree, but we need to figure out a way. Otherwise, we're just gonna give them false hopes.
You jump. Gideon shouts from below.
They haven't jumped yet or anything.
No. Gideon just says, just like jump, and he's getting his arcane focus out, and I'm gonna get.
I would
ready
say
to
roll
cast
me a
another
perception real quick for me, because they're up in this room and you were down on the bottom floor.
25.
25. You can hear whisperings, but you can't hear what they're saying specifically.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought like there was like a huge hole in the ceiling. Never mind then.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is, but they're on the
They're like
fourth
four
floor.
stories
Way up.
up.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Is there like a clear path to get to them?
You look out to the side. There's not so much a path, so much as there is just a drop into rubble and acidic timber that is littering the ground from here. Even jumping, you worry about where you're going to land.
Yeah.
There is the other side, which still has the windows. The other half of the inn is still fully intact, to where if you wanted to climb out that window, you could.
Okay. But it's not easy to get them to that side of the room.
Oh, no, you definitely could. They're currently huddled on that side.
Okay.
That's the only side they could be huddled on.
Okay. I want to try and climb over to them.
Okay.
Maybe we can call down for some rope or like a ladder or I don't. I fly now, right?
I go into my backpack and I pull out. I've got rope.
The one with her hand kind of off is just kind of in her face. She's like, "What do we need rope for?"
We need to get you out. The stairs are broken. We need to get you down out of the inn.
No, No. I can't. I have work to do. I'm still supposed to. And the other one says, "Sis, no, we've got to get out of here. What work? It's gone." She said, "No, I still have to clean. I've got things to do." The other sister looks at you and says, "If help us out of here, I'll help her later. Just help us get down."
Salt walks up to the one that's saying she has to clean. Is she kind of like huddled down on the ground?
Yeah, she's currently just kind of kneeled, looking
Got
at
you.
her hand.
So I walk up to her face to face and go, "There's nothing left to clean."
I haven't even started. Everything's left to clean.
And I slap her face.
Okay. Go ahead and roll just a strength check. Obviously, I know you're not trying to actively hurt her, but just to knock her out of this.
14.
14. It's strong enough. Your small little rat-like hand slaps against her, leaving a little bit of a scrape from your rat nails. Not enough to hurt, but just enough as if you kind of rubbed up against something wrong. But she kind of...
And I follow the slap with, "You can't clean unless we go down and get ready to be cleaned, right?"
Yeah, you're right. I don't have any of my tools.
Well, let's go down, and then we can talk about cleaning. I'll look over to Summer.
Can I like take a look at their wounds and things and see if I can get an idea?
Roll a medicine check
of
for me.
what kind of state they're in.
Absolutely.
Oh, god damn it. That's a 4 + 2, 6.
It's obvious that they're in shock,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't think that anything worse. You think that the acid may have cauterized the wound, you hope? There's not actively an outpouring of blood.
Okay. Alright. Okay, if we can... Do you think that you can stand? Do you think you can...
Yeah. She stands up, seeming to be the less worried of the two. The other sister kind of... Just if you go get rope, we'll help. I can hold her. I can carry her because she can't. There's no way she could.
I'm gonna like call down to the... Team walked off, didn't he?
Yeah, Zinnia and Gideon are currently standing there, still in the inn next to Carlene amongst the rubble. Team has walked outside of the inn.
Can I go over to the window and see if I can see him?
Sure, absolutely. Roll perception. Team, which way are you heading out from the inn? Towards the town or towards the sea?
Team's just looking for bodies.
Okay.
So he's not in any particular direction. He's just trying to see if he can find anyone alive and injured.
Summer?
10.
10. There's not much else to look at, but now that you're up higher, you can see the full scope of what's been done to the town. You look out the window and see long line, decrepit black earth and sizzling green acid dotting the landscape. Half of the buildings completely destroyed, some of them standing up. The stone ones faring far better than the wood. And you see wings and bronze scales walking alongside this line, slowly towards town, with not much effort or willpower, his legs seeming to just kind of pull him forward out of duty rather than desire.
Do you want to get down to him? I can stay here with the ladies.
Does it look like I could just call out?
You can definitely try.
Team, help! I found people in the inn.
Team, with your passive perception, you're not far enough away to where you wouldn't be able to hear this, but it does sound distant and almost like in the back of your mind.
I was going to roll it at, I was going to say I rolled it at disadvantage just in case, and it was 14 both times.
Okay. You do hear it then.
Team's going to look up at the window.
You see Summer prying the window open, yelling out for you, Salt next to her, up on the 4th floor of the inn.
Can you use your wings?
What do you need me to do?
We found some survivors up here, but we need to get them down.
Can you make a larger hole in the wall?
Team, you don't see from the area that you're at, it still appears to be standing, but if you were on the other side of the inn, you would see that that entire wall is open. A whole fourth of the room is completely shot and destroyed. You recognize that from being inside there, that would be the case, but from where you're currently seeing, you don't see that.
Yeah, there's a pretty big hole already, team.
So, out of character, I can't use that ability because I already used it today. Team just looks up and he goes to, I'm gonna say he goes to flap the wings, but there's just like acid on it and a lot of the feathers are just like melted.
Gideon, with your perception, passively or otherwise, you do hear them crying out at this point for team, saying that they need a way down.
Gideon's gonna slowly stand up.
Zania hears the same, but she's not here.
The room. And I look at Zania and just walk out the front, and I look up to the window. And I stand by team. You can all jump. I'll catch you.
Gideon, you and team stand next to each other looking back towards the building. You stand there and look up at the sky, and you see the smoke flaring off from the buildings. You see the general destruction of what's happened around you. And looking up, just seeing the smoke just makes your gut drop. Team, you wish you could be of more help. Your wings covered in the acid. Both of you staring up at the fourth story. You see something directly above you. A dot. A larger dot. Something immediately overhead. It seems to be falling downward rapidly. It's not very big, but it's getting bigger, and it's getting big very fast. Roll me a perception for both of you.
Critical fail.
23.
23. Team, your attention goes directly back to them and seeing what you can do. Gideon, you look up. You start to see it's pointed, it's conical. And the cone is headed right towards you. What you thought was small is quite large as it's flying downward. No, it's not conical. That's a chimney. There's a point to a house. I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Are we in the Wizard of Oz?
Oh, that's a 6.
Okay.
There's no place like home.
While Gideon, I got 7. While I'm running though, I'm gonna activate my channel divinity. The trigger is the second that Summer and them jump. It's a like spectral time Gideon appears and is ready to cast Featherfall. And yeah, Gideon just screams jump at them at the top. And yeah, so I'm using my channel divinity and a spell slot. So Featherfall will cast on them once they're within range of it, and that lasts for an hour. And yeah, I got a 7.
Gideon, you look up and start running immediately. Team, what you thought was a dot, seeing him running, you take a second look before you start running. Gideon, you look up and you see something very, very familiar to you. You recognize those shutters. You recognize that porch. You recognize that chimney. You recognize those roofing tiles. That is your home, falling from the sky towards you. With both of you rolling a 6 and a 7, you're going to take damage. As Summer, Salt, you look over, you hear it before you see it. Before suddenly a crash like a thunderstorm, a clap of lightning directly in your ears. You see solid stone, clay, roofing shingles all slam down atop your two friends. Some of the shingles fly off so far they skip like a stone across the water. The chimney itself stands alone like an arrow in the ground. As Gideon and team, I have to roll some damage here.
That's enough dice. Sorry, I had to break the tension.
No, the house broke the tension.
Yeah.
Oh. I'd like to think if this was a meme thing, it's coming from the sky, and as it hits, it's the Thomas the Tank Engine, but like the really like blurry version. Just da 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 da.
That's
Is it
basically
Kane's house or is it Gideon's house?
Gideon's
Gideon's
house.
It's my parents' house.
Yeah.
Where I went. Yeah.
As
Yeah.
you all see this house slam on your two friends. Hi, welcome back, Jackie. You see this house slam on your two friends. Team and Gideon, you take 84 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I mean, good thing Zania didn't go out as well.
Oh, Max is insta dead, right?
Double maxes.
Cool. Cool. I'm dead.
Is that insta for you?
I had 8 health.
Well, but what's your max?
What's your max?
Oh, 41.
41. Okay.
To quote the scout from Team Fortress 2, I'm dead.
Wait, how much damage did you take?
86.
Oh, 86.
Even at 6, you would have taken overmax with the afterwards. Team, what's your max health?
Max health is 70. But I was at 32.
So not enough to insta-die. As team, you feel the impact slam against you. Summer, Salt, you see it happen, but Zania, you hear the crash outside, and then immediately looking as some of the wood splinters through and slams into the glass next to the building. You look over, and an upside-down, broken house is where it once was. You do not see your friend, Team, or Gideon anywhere in sight. You are muted as well.
Running.
Zania, you run over to the house. As you do so, you look and you see threads of pink clothes, tufts of blonde hair scattered across the ground.
I
Drop to my knees. And I'm looking.
While this is happening, Ryan, I'm turning to Summer and say, "Wait here," and I jump out the window, grabbing the ethereal tail, and go down as quick as I can.
Salt jumps out the window and grabs it and slides down. Summer, what are you doing during this time?
This? just looking out, complete shock at the house. Like, I
Zania, you begin looking for your friends. Team, I need you to make a death saving throw.
I've already failed one. It
Okay.
was a 6.
While Zanea is looking around, that spell I held, there's a spectral Gideon that just looks at Zanea, and it mouths the words, "I believe in you," and it disappears.
You hear what sounds like the final ticking of a grandfather clock in the distance. It may even be a clock that once was in the home on its last. Salt, Zania, roll me an investigation. See if you can find them.
13 minus 1, 12.
19 plus 2, 21.
21. Salt, you see a tail. A bronze tail sticking out from underneath the chimney.
Zania.
She kind of screams it by accident, not really realizing, like, what?
Here. I try to start pulling some of the debris
In
away.
the time that this is happening, team, roll me another death save. Would it be?
Oh.
That's 3 failed death saves.
I didn't let people use an inspo on the death or the dex saves because that all happened afterwards and people weren't claiming for it before. People have been asking for it. I'll let you use 1 inspo on this if you want it.
If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Okay. Salt, you call Zinnia over. Zinnia, you run down and you look and see a tail. It's twitching there momentarily. You see it shaking as if in the spasms of its last moments.
She's gonna try. She doesn't know this, but she's gonna try to just shoot out some type of, probably a cure wounds at level 1, just to quickly see if that'll do anything.
Yeah, you get down and you grab the tail, trying your best. You no. That can't happen. You see the scar on your arm start to light up blue before you touch his tail, making it glow red. But the glow never reaches the scales. It stays in your hand, not ever coming.
I try
past
to
your palm.
shake the tail.
Salt, roll a medicine check.
That's a 5. I'm just shaking it to try to make it look like it's got life.
Absolutely. You're shaking it, like trying to make it do what it did before, spasming, twitching, seizuring out as best you can. Summer, as you look down at them, trying their best, doing what they can, you're stuck in shock before you look up to the top of the chimney that sticks out like an arrow, or sudden gray poof is on top of the chimney, sitting there, his legs dangling over the stone. You recognize Castigon as he looks down, leaning over Zinnia and Salt, trying their best to shake the tail, do the best they can. You hear him yell out in a triumphant laugh. Really? Time boy, do I look like a fucking celestial to you? Where is my amulet?
I've got it, haven't I?
You do.
I'm gonna like reach in to wherever I'm holding it and just kind of clasp onto it and maintain eye contact with him.
He hasn't quite seen you yet. Currently, he's looking at Zinnia and Salt. Salt, Zinnia, Castigon sits atop a 20-foot tall chimney directly above you.
You gonna help?
Oh, no. That's, I did that. Sorry. Business.
But he can't hear you if he's dead.
Oh, it's sorry to you.
You're yelling out.
I'm wanting to find my amulet, buddy. Do you got it for me?
No.
Damn. All right, must be in the rubble. Before he slides off the chimney before poofing down. No actual movement of him down before he poofs next to Zinnia and Salt. Where he says, all right, you see where the blonde one died?
What the fuck? And just like shove him.
Whoa, I don't have a problem with you. I had a problem with him. I didn't like the Dragonborn, but, you know, collateral.
How can you be so inconsiderate? Fuck you.
Hey. Watch your mouth. They have done nothing but steal from me. You're a part of them. I've been nothing but generous by keeping the 3 of you alive. Salt here. Come on, back me up. It's business. You understand.
I mean, kind of, but you know, they are part of us. They're kind of like, you know, it's like friends. Like I'm part of you, you're part of me. So, you know, because they're also part of me, they're kind of part of you as well. So you should help them.
You know, fair enough logic. Maybe if I would have thought of that, but it's a little too late, buddy. So is it the blonde one had the amulet? Because I'll help you dig for that.
Yes.
Ah, damn it. All right. Hold on. So he puts his hand up to the chimney next to where the two of you are. Or as he holds his hands there, you can see what he didn't used to have to do. He seems to be straining at doing this as he suddenly the chimney itself flies off, and you can hear a loud crashing somewhere in the ocean behind you, and you kind of reflectively cover your head. Before, when he moves the chimney, you all look down and see the crushed body of your once unwilling, once Asimir friend. Team's wings split upwards as much as they do to the left and to the right. His scales, some of them crumbled like dust on the ground. His horns bent and broken. Says, ugh, that's, it's a shame. I really wish it hadn't happened to him. But, the blonde one, yeah, he had to go. Where's, all right, I thought they might have been together, but okay, I can't do all of it. It's in pieces now. Let's just, he goes and steps over Team's body as if he's not really even there. Or he picks up and starts throwing roof shingles and stones. He's not very strong, so he kind of has to struggle at it, trying to take the stones off of the rubble here.
As soon as Team's body is exposed, Zinnia's gonna run over. Just, no, 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 no. And she's gonna yell out this just like guttural lioness roar, just like up to the sky. Lightning is like on the tips of her fingers and just like roaring, and just she's gonna drop to her knees, and tears are just falling, and she's pounding the ground like, not again, not again, not again, not again. And her claws are just digging in the ground, and she's trying to put him together, trying to like cup his head. She's kind of in shock, not knowing exactly what to do, and ignoring Castigon completely.
As Zinnia, as you cry out, once your loud lioness roar echoes throughout the city. But as you slam your fists into the ground, thunder-like claps seem to echo as you, like the beatings of drums from trolls in the deep of Moria, kind of echoes around here. You can feel the hair on the side of your arms begin to stand up. Salt, you even feel yours raise a bit every time Zinnia claps against the ground.
Tingly.
You feel a deep connection to your god right now, Zinnia.
I walk over and stand next to her.
While this is happening, I'm gonna drop to the floor below the window.
As you go to move, the two women are like, wait, it's not safe there. No.
Shh, 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 shh. And I'm gonna like drop to the ground and kind of crawl over to them. Have I got the hat with me?
You do.
I'm gonna take the hat off and I'm gonna reach inside and pull Penguin out. And I'm gonna go with my finger to my lips. Shh. And put him on the ground next to me.
He sits down on the ground. He kind of like hides himself behind your leg, or just kind of scooting away and backing up to the inn as best he can with his flippers touching it.
We're in really, really big trouble this time, Penguin. Not like we've ever been before. We're safe here for right now, and I'm gonna like put my hand out so that the two women kind of to like calm them and be like,
If you climb
"All
down
right,
to the ground, they're still up on the 4th floor. They don't have a way
no,
down.
not down to the ground, down to
Okay, gotcha.
where they are." Okay. I think I need to make a trip, but I can't leave Salt.
What are you
I
doing?
need. Okay. Do you remember that guy? That very charismatic, kind of fun Castigon?
Maybe I don't know who you're talking about.
It's a god. He's a god, and he's a mad, mad god. And teams gone, and Fluffy Head's gone, and we're in a lot of trouble. And he wants this.
We just need to get out of here then. Get your brother and let's go.
I don't know how to get them. He's down there. I don't know if I can get to the faking. Maybe he can help us.
Well, go. Do your thing. I'll be here. Then get your brother and let's go.
Can you stay here? And
Yeah.
can you don't let anyone see you? Don't let anyone see you. And can you find your way to Salt? And I'm gonna try and get help.
He looks at the two half-elven women. Yeah, are they okay?
I think I'm just gonna take them with me.
Okay, yeah. I'll find him.
Okay. I love you. I'm gonna give him a big hug.
Hey, it's gonna be okay. We gotta go get the guy, and it'll be all right. Let's go. Come on. Don't talk like
Don't
that.
let me see you.
Never.
Promise, you won't let me.
I'm stealth incarnate. Go.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the hands of the women and just say, shh, it's okay, all right? And I'm gonna hold up the amulet and I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna whisper into it. Into the faking.
I need you to roll me an int check.
Fuck! That's an 8. 7 plus. I have no inspo, but I do have 2 luck left.
Chad has been messaging you specifically, you whisperer follower.
So I would super love to use my luck to re-roll that.
They're saying luck. Go for it, yeah.
10.
10.
I have one more. I can't end up in the fire plane, guys. I need to get out of here. This
This is how it all ends.
Okay, that is an 18 on my last luck roll.
18. No more luck left. You don't have an inspo. Right.
Oh my god.
You take 2 women next to you as you think to the faking. As you do, you feel yourself being pulled the same way that you did before, through color itself, through the plains, where you suddenly find yourself in a very humid environment like you were in before you slam out in front of you. I'm seeing everybody asking to give you your inspo, and you might need it later, so I'll take everybody's inspo for you now if you want to take it up. But what you do is you find yourself in the same courtroom that you were in before, surrounded by guards, Marlboros, and the Fey King, and you see someone begging on the ground who seems to be withering away, barely even skin and bones, skin almost falling from their hand as it reaches out. And Sylvan says something that you don't quite understand before, as you teleport in, all of the Marlboros around you are let off of their chains as they swarm you and the 2 women around you. What are you doing?
Your Majesty, we need help.
I need you to roll me a persuasion.
Oh god. 17.
17. Chat. I like to let chat decide things. High or low? See 99 unicorns. Yes. Ryan, stop it.
Oh, nuts. High, low. High, low.
I'm seeing more lows than highs. Great. As you swarm in, these Marlboros swarm around you. You yell, "Your Majesty, help!" As you see Fey King sitting there in his throne. The Marlboros swarm you, and they grab one of the women next to you. The one whose hand was gone is engulfed by two Marlboros as both of them slam their teeth on both sides of her. The other sister backs away, but before you see the faking raise his staff up and the Marlboros all stop. The Marlboros that currently have her in the clutches stop directly where they're at, where he waves his scepter. The Marlboros release. But it's for naught. The woman is punctured dozens of times across her body and covered in a yellow fungus-like pollen. The other sister no, runs over and cries that you think you would only reserve for Salt before. The faking raises his staff up, and all the Marlboros go back to their guards. Or he stands up and walks down. Says, "What are you doing here? Why do you come unannounced to my chambers?"
I'm sorry. Castellon came back. I have this, and I hold up the amulet, and I don't know what to do. He's taken Team. He's dead, and the fluffy time one, Gideon, he's dead. But he has Zania and Salt, and I don't know what to do.
Hey. He gets down on his knees towards you, one single knee as he holds his scepter. Did you find Amber?
We didn't have time. He came for us.
I didn't think that I asked too much.
I can go there now. I can go. This can take me there now. I don't know how to get my brother. I don't know how to get my brother back and my friend. If you can bring them here, can you bring them here? I can go now. I can go and find her right now.
I can, but I won't. I'm not to meddle in the affairs of the material plane. That is why I had you do my bidding, but you haven't done so. I'm not allowed on the material plane. I would need a very, very good reason, and I'm sorry, Summer, but this is not enough reason to possibly cause an interplanar conflict. I'm sorry that your friends have died. I told you not to trust him.
What if I brought her here? What if I could go and get her and I could bring her here? That's what you want, right? You want to see her. I can take this. I can take the necklace and I can get her and I can bring her here.
If you bring her here right now, then I will go to the material plane.
I can go now.
Then go.
I'll whisper again. Stronger.
Gonna pause for just a moment. Zania, Salt. You're currently still in the ruins. Zania, you're holding Team's body. Mangled and broken that it is. Salt, you see Castigon searching through the ruins looking for Gideon and the amulet. Roll me a history check real quick, Salt.
16 plus 2, 18. I know something.
Hey, you know. You are aware that your sister has the amulet.
Of course.
Okay, just making sure. If you didn't...
No, I lied on purpose.
I figured, but I was just... For clarification, if you didn't actually, then I wanted you to be able to know. Right. You see Castigon searching, you see Zania mourning. What are the two of you doing?
Can you do anything? Ask your god. My god isn't doing anything. He's searching for a fucking amulet.
Hey. Where he turns.
Am I wrong?
Well.
Find your amulet.
All right.
And I turn back to Zinnia.
I can try. I've never really tried before, but what else do we have to lose?
Anything you need, I'm here. And I put my arm on her shoulder.
Okay.
A hand on her shoulder.
She wiping some tears. And she looks up to the clouds, sees them roll by, and Nimbus, I don't reach out to you often, but please, is there, guide me. Is there anything we can do? I know team had a second chance on life, and I know those are hard to come by, but please, and Gideon's so young, he hasn't even seen any part of the world, and he was just getting to know it, and please. And she just breathes heavily and just is waiting to hear something back. She doesn't know what, because she's never really done anything like this before.
Roll me a percentile roll.
Ooh. 54.
54. Zinnia, you beckon to the clouds. It's not a stormy day. These aren't the clouds you typically pray to. You hope that something will carry the message. You see the clouds themselves in the air begin to form around, reacting to your call. You hear thunder, though the clouds are white. You studied it all your life, much like someone would study a whole separate language. Only a religion check.
That's an 8.
8. You wish, like your elders, you knew how to study the rolling of thunder and what your god means. Your god is trying to speak to you, trying to talk to you through the blasts of thunder. They're quiet, they're rolling, but he is speaking to you. You just haven't the skills to interpret.
She just starts crying again, and she lets out another roar, just frustrated and torn.
Assault. Zinnia doesn't look like she can do anything. She screams out in anger, frustration.
I look up to these clouds and go, "Great! Another god that is..." And looks quickly at Castagon, looks back to the clouds. "More than they say they are!" And he just arms up in the air and just defeat.
Assault sits on the ground, looking at Castigon. He goes, "Well, we're busy. We have things to do." As Zinnia cries out there. As
I gotta respond to that.
Yeah.
And go, "Okay then, well, while you're busy, what did he just say?"
I'm not a educated man. I don't speak cloud. even the follower doesn't know what she's saying. Look. Sorry.
Just mutter under my breath. Useless.
Ooh, I'm gonna roll perception. Not very high. Does not hear it. He's more happy with himself that he's gonna be getting his amulet back. With that, Salt sits there and kind of sulks at his choice. There's another pause. We zoom over. Team. Gideon. You feel for the first time like you haven't had to carry a weight in your entire life, Gideon. Team, this is something you felt before, and you're back. You all look out over a vast landscape. The buildings in the distance across a great river, translucent blue. You can see through all of them. You see like the eye of a hurricane down beneath your feet, beneath the translucent ground. a void below you going into blackness, and above an opposite void going into pure white spectral light above you. Gideon, you turn, look, you see Team standing next to you in his regular dragonborn form, absent the wings, in his ancient attire. Team, you look, Gideon, you can see through each other, a light spectral blue. Sadness and peace is on you, but also general curiosity as to what you're doing here. Team, you felt this before, but you never went to this location. This is new for you. Before, you both hear a loud clinging, like a hammer striking metal. You turn after 2 or 3 blinks. You look finally to see what it is after kind of gaining your composure. And you see what looks to be like a forge. The only thing not quite translucent here. There's a small woman, stout in nature, wearing a gray cloak, wool, unkempt, low quality, over her hood. She stands over an anvil with glass-like orbs glowing an iridescent pearl color with a flame in the center. She strikes these orbs with her hammer. As she does so, they shatter. And those flames go up or down. She keeps striking the orbs or tossing the glass away. A large pile of glass is there as the flames go ever upward.
Team's gonna grab Gideon by the hand and start walking that way.
The second Team reaches for Gideon, Gideon starts like ugly crying, just like huge tears like flowing down his face, and he just looks at Team and goes, I am so sorry. I let pride and a want to shove it to someone.
What was that you said to me? What was that you said to me before? That shitty things happen and it's not your fault. It was the situation. And Team's gonna give him a big old hug.
Gideon hugs him back and just kind of crumples. I hope they're okay.
They have Zinnia. She's strong. They have Salt. He is innovative. And they have Summer. 3 of them together and then they will not be beaten.
Yeah.
And they have Robert. He'll be there. He will watch over them.
Robert sounds like a nice person.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
But it appears our work is done here. And we have more work to do.
Gideon, you are lifted up by Team's hand and kind of dust yourself off. For the 2 of you look over, the only thing you see within distance is the stout woman striking against the hammer and anvil. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go walk over and sit. Just gonna sit down next to the forge.
Gideon's gonna join as well.
You both sit on 2 or 3 logs that are laid out. Again, translucent, but you can tell they are logs. Almost as if this is a waiting area. You hear, as the anvil strikes, as you get closer, the stout woman is dwarvish in height and size. You see long gray and red hair hanging out from behind the hood. Her eyes covered in a shadowy veil. Where she says, hey, I'll be with you in a moment. Just have a few more. She flying downward. He holds one up. You are nasty. It flies downward into the void below through the translucent ground. She takes her hammer and throws it in a bin full of other blacksmith hammers. She kind of pats her hands loose of all the glass, where she looks over two of you and says, "All right. She sits down and pulls a translucent chair up again. Her being the only non-transparent thing throws you off as she sits here and says, "Fellas, I hate to say it, but you're dead. For better or worse, that's where you are. This might come as a shock to you. You know how you died."
For this time, it was God. And Team actually has a legitimate chuckle this time. This is the third time he's died.
This time,
Do we have our stuff with us, or like any like representation of that?
it's like clothing that you have, but you wouldn't have any objects. You would have what would be your typical attire.
Okay, because something part of Gideon's typical attire is that notebook that he was doing his checklist in. Like he always has that.
You could have
And
that.
I think when Team says like a god killed us, Gideon opens to the page where it says "be reckless," and he crosses that off, and Gideon, like still ugly crying, is smiling. Yeah.
It says, don't worry, don't worry.
A
It's
really shitty god.
hey, they all can be. There's few that are good, but those that are very good. You find yourself here, in the realm between realms. If you had followed your own god, to a T, it'd either be, and she points up there, or if you had been inherently evil or bad, you'd be down there. So, you're in the realm between realms. It's up to me to judge you, to send you to either one, or give you the option. You stay here. You take the boat, cross over there. You live in the Valley of Ghosts, the city of the dead, realm between realms for neither the good nor the bad. You said you've died 3 times. I'd never seen you here at this crossing before, honey.
They brought me back against my will once. The second time Qatar had sent me back. And now I'm here again, but may I ask you one question? How fares the celestial plane? How much terror has Ithaca caused?
I didn't even know what you mean. I've been down here for quite a long time. I rarely visit the plains outside anymore.
It's probably for the best.
Well, hope they're doing well. I did have a friend in there once. But, either way, if you'd rather just make the choice now and stay here, but if I judge you to have been bad or wrong, I'll send you where I deem you. You don't have a favor of the gods that just pull you up, so you truly did not worship anyone in particular anymore, I see.
No.
Why should I allow you to stay here?
I am not done. I do not wish to go back to the material plane. My time is done there, and I know that is not something you could do either. But I still have work to be done in helping the celestial plane rid the filth of Ithaca.
Well, there are those who could use you then. If your work's undone, if you wouldn't mind, she holds her hand out to yours. Place your hand on hers, and as you do so, seemingly where your hand touches begins to turn real again in hers, and it causes you to pull back. She pulls your hand up to hers, kind of sits there for about a moment in silence, before she pulls her hand back away and says, "Oh, that's all right. You've done wrong in life. 1, 2, and 3, honestly. 3, you've done a little better. If I would just to judge you on life's 1 and 2, forgive me, but I'd send you back down. However, your 3rd life, you've tried to be better, I think. try to do good. You're a rightful good person. You have good cares about your friends and your family. But I will judge you on the third one. I'll grant you passage on my boat. You go sit over there. I have a conversation to have with your friend.
Thank you. Team's gonna stand up and put his hand on Gideon's shoulder. No matter what happens, you did great things. And Team's gonna walk off.
As there's still the tears running down your face, he reaches over and kind of brushes one of your tears away. Again, as her hand gets close to your face, you begin to materialize, but when she pulls away, you turn back translucent again. Says, "All right, there. There's nothing to cry about now. This is it. This is the final journey. Good or bad, this is the end of it. Do not worry."
Before I get to go wherever, can I ask a few questions? I like to learn things, I guess.
Some, but you'll have all the time in the world. I'm sure I'll visit you, as will other spirits of the dead. I'm not omniscient. I just have a job to do.
Then I just have 2 questions, if that's okay.
2's fine.
What's your name?
Well, they call me Soul Forge now. I used to go by many, but Soul Forge is what I do now.
Gideon looks down and he starts shuffling at the tag on his like cardigan.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks up. Did my parents pass through here before me?
Who are your parents?
Oh God. I'm gonna grab their exact names.
Like you created 2 names.
Yeah, I did. I do have 2 names, actually. Oh, good God. They are. Wow.
Drum roll.
I couldn't put it at the top of my backstory. No, I couldn't.
Giddy Mom and Giddy Dad.
Or Fairly Odd Parents, just mom and dad.
Yeah.
Jimmy, this is where I'd put my time cleric if I had one anymore. That was dark. It was Garen and Gail Garradell.
Aye, Garen and Gale. Can't say I've ever seen their souls come through here. So that means either they're still alive, they're up there, or they're down there.
Okay. I just wanted to know. And he starts putting his hand out. I'm a bit of a mama's boy, and he looks to Team.
Team nods.
Aren't we all? Team's standing on the edge of a boat on a very gravelly shore. This black water, non-translucent, sits underneath a small boat with one single paddle inside of it. Right, well, that's your questions. Do you mind? She holds her hand out.
I put my hand in hers.
Again, you become real again as she holds her hand up to your forehead, or her forehead. Pulls it away. She pulls her hood off, and you see a middle-aged dwarf woman. Again, grayish red hair running down, freckled cheeks. She looks at you. She says, "I don't think you knew, but you did have a very rough last few years. Maybe you knew. Maybe. I don't know. But honestly, for you, it's good that you're here. Just take comfort in the fact that things might have been worse had you stayed."
Yeah,
But
I knew.
No, it's good. Well, I don't deem you to be particularly bad. You seem to have just been a misunderstood boy, looking for knowledge. She pulls her hood back over, her eyes kind of disappear in gray. You can have a ride on my boat too, if you choose to stay here. take you to the valley, to the city. You'll have all the time to read and learn things that you'd want.
Okay. Yeah. And Gideon slowly walks over to the boat.
He stands up, and you hear a couple glass ding, 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 things fall into a barrel nearby. He says, "Hey, be back for you in a minute." Or she walks with you over to the boat. Team, she pulls the boat in towards the shore, seemingly through magic, as it kind of pulls up to her hand. You're not in the boat yet.
Okay.
There wouldn't have been a way for you to get in the boat. As she
Okay, cool.
pulls the boat up to the shore. You look like you're about to get on it, but she says, "Wait, hold on." The boat pulls up. "Don't fall in the river Styx. It's a bad river. Come on, climb on in." As the two of you hop into the boat, she grabs the oar out from the side. For Summer, you feel yourself pulled as you slam onto the shore of a translucent world. Blue sky all around you, a void of white above you, being pulled in by smoke, and a void of black down below you. A city in the distance and a black water around you. You see a dwarvish woman with gray woolen cloak over her eyes around, and you see people that you recognize in the boat. Translucent, Gideon and Team. And Gideon, you see a real Summer land on the sand. You hear shred.
For a moment, Team looks over and he's like, "He got you too."
Do I know what? Can I make sense of where I am?
You can roll a religion check.
Especially because I know they're dead, right?
You do know that they are dead.
No.
Okay. You don't know where you're at. This must be some imaginatory plane. You're not sure who these people are, what's going on. That must not be your friends. They're translucent, for God's sake. She says, "Hey, can I help you? You're not... What? Who?" She goes to reach behind her, and you see a small steel hammer get pulled out, a small war hammer in her hand. She says, "Who sent you here?"
I reach out and grab her hand. Can I reach anyone else? Is she close to anyone else?
She's standing on the edge of the boat. The others are in the boat. You're decently close to them, but you'd have to get in the boat if you're trying to touch either of the other two.
And she's standing in front of the boat.
Correct.
I'm gonna grab her hand and look past her and look at Tim and say, "I'm sorry," and then whisper into the amulet, "The faking."
Roll a dex check to see if you can grab her.
I'm just gonna try and grab her wherever I can. Fucking hell, these dice, man. A dex check. 13. I just want to grab her anywhere.
As you reach your hand out to touch her, you're like, "I'm sorry," as you go to grab her. Not knowing who you are, what's going on here, her instincts, she takes her warlike hammer and maul and slams into the back of your hand as you try and grab it. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you hear one of the bones on the inside of your hand snap as the maul makes contact directly with your hand. She says, I asked who sent you, what are you here for?" As she takes the spiky end of the maul and puts it up towards your stomach.
We have to go. And I'm going to try and grab her again.
Go for it one more time.
What do I roll with? Fuck.
Go
Okay,
for
that
the
was
big
better. That was
chunky.
better. I went with Brina. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13 18 plus 5.
18 plus
So
5. Okay. She rears the maul back. She's definitely about to hit you very hard. But you grab the bottom of the maul. Your strength is not going to be any match for hers, but you do what you're here to do. You whisper, "What?"
The faking.
Roll an int check.
Oh lord.
Also, while she's doing that, can I cast like because it doesn't have any material things? Can I use Healing Word on Summer?
You could
'Cause
try.
I still have 2 spell slots left. Or wait, 3 spell slots. But
Go ahead and try.
what would I expend the spell
Oh, I
slot
guess,
if I
yeah, because
can.
it's, sorry, I was thinking a hit thing. Yeah. So you reach into your pouch to pull out your spell focus, and you see it
Healing
in
Word doesn't need
spectral
one.
form.
Oh.
All spells do. You
Oh, it does?
hold your hands out and try and cast the magic. But your connection to time itself seems to be severed here. You try and heal her before you see Summer reach out, grab them all. What was your int check?
17.
17. As you suddenly, Team and Gideon, you are stranded here in this boat as you see Summer pull
Summer, what
dwarvish
the
woman
fuck?
through
I said sorry!
through a gateway into the Fey King's
Gideon, what the fuck just
throne
happened?
room.
We were going to. What? They managed to fuck up our lives even in death. I love them, but. Oh.
Team, do you know any boat games? I think we're gonna be here a while.
We cannot play I Spy here. There's I spy a forge, I spy a boat, and I spy water.
Wait, I have my notebook. We can play tic-tac-toe. You ever play tic-tac-toe?
No, what is this? Tic-tac-toe.
Oh wait, I know an even better game. I have a game that all we need is paper, and if we carve out of the boat, we could make a 20-sided little shape. It's called Ghouls and Goblins. Do you want to play that? It's a great time passer.
You get a GFY so hard.
I think that sounds like a wonderful idea. It can be played with 2 people, yes?
Yeah, sure.
It can,
I mean,
but
it's
it's
bending the
boring
rules
as
a little
shit
bit.
when you do.
I mean, I tried to play with more people. No one could ever schedule. No one invited me to their games. It's a whole thing. No one wants to be the game master, but I do.
As we go
have all
to
the
Summer,
time.
traversing through the different planes, Summer, you hear crying out a dwarvish female voice slams down into the ground as both of you hit the wood hard, as this is not a willing pull as you pull her through these planes. You both slam into the wood, and you can see 3 bodies being pulled behind the throne where he sits.
Did he kill the other sister?
Standing before you is the Fey
Fucking
King.
hell.
As the dwarvish woman stands up and pulls her maul back, she looks down towards you as if she's about to hit you directly in the face. But suddenly a hand grabs the top of her maul. She says, "Whoa, Amber, hold on." She looks at, she said, Henrik? Says, "In the flesh, my friend. It is so good to see you again." She says, what is it? What the hell is going on here? She looks to you, Summer.
This is her, right? I got her. I got her.
Yeah, you got her. She said, You pulled me. What? I have work to do. I needed to see that you were still alive. How are you? Is the material plane treating you well? You daft idiot! I wasn't in the material plane. I was in the realm. I have fully accepted my responsibility. Kalimvor no longer exists. I'm doing what I can to pass the souls on to the... What? I don't need to... You could have sent messages. That's all you had to do. Says, I couldn't, truly. A diplomatic... God, I'm so glad that you're right. And you're not in the material plane anymore, then, you said, correct? Yeah? What does that matter? He looks down at Summer and says, I think this is all that I'm going to need you for. Give me just a moment to speak with my friend. They walk a little to the side. You hear her be like, I didn't know there were rat folk in the Feywild. He's like, that's neither. Hold on. What? I had to get the help of someone from Asteria, and their voices turn to whispers on the side. Roll a perception to see if you can hear them.
Yeah, I want to hear as much as I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll listen, Lou. Nah, I don't fucking know what they're talking about. I rolled a 5.
5. You can hear a few words every now and again. Names that you recognize. A few references to Asterion itself, but not much. Before she says, You're what? Kind of loudly above the whisper, she says, now that I know you have your job, I have to do this. I'm literally bound by it, but I will help them, and then I hope to see you again soon, my friend. He says, No. No. You can't. As he says, I truly don't have a choice in the matter. As he slams his staff into the ground, suddenly Stronghearth vanishes. Soulforge, whatever you'd like to call her. Before Fey King walks over and says, I actually have quite a bit of business to do on the material plane now, so how about I go see how things are doing there, and I hope you return to your friend.
Well, we need to get them away from Castigon.
I'll get you there. Hang on. Hold my arm. Team and Gideon. Stronghearth appears back before you. Says, she jumps in the boat quickly and says, I have to do this quickly, and I have business, before she pushes off on the water and starts paddling very quickly.
Team looks up to Gideon and says, so let me get this straight. I can be a ranger if I want to be. I can come from the forest.
You get a GFY too.
Yes.
He's dead.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So
Still giving
if
you one.
If you look here in the rule manual, which I always have on my person, you can be a ranger. You can do this. But here's the thing now. Some people call me a bit of a metagamer. That's why I don't get invited back.
Oh, you get a second one, man.
But if you optimize this build, taking Wood Elfin Ranger and some finagling here and there, and we're going on the boat ride.
Yep.
Do you want to play Soulforged?
Shut up.
So
I have
when you're dead, it's so easy to get GFI.
business to do. She does kind of say like, shut up. She starts paddling very, very quickly through this thing. She's like, sorry, normally I would stay, show you around. As she's going through this, she seems to be going unnaturally fast through this black water. Where she says, but
are you okay?
No, I have family in Asterion that I need to get to.
Do you need help?
No.
We can't help you. Clearly, we're dead, but
Yeah.
I mean, we have friends in the material plane.
I hope you do. I hope they're strong.
I'm sure they have nothing better to do than they could probably help you. Now that I am not there to bitch about everything, I'm sure they wouldn't mind one bit.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not picking fights with gods anytime soon. So I mean, like, I high five team. I start like dapping him up.
Echoes through the air around you. Before Stronghearth takes you on a boat ride through the river Styx. Summer, you are pulled in a similar manner from the Fey King. But in his, a tree appears before you. And he walks through the tree. Pulls you through. You find yourself going similar step like before, but instead you walk out from a nearby tree. You can see Salt, Xenia, and Castigon next to the rubble. Salt and Xenia, you've been there for a few moments. Castigon, finally, Gods, I thought I'd never find the leg. As he pulls out Gideon's boot and throws that off like it's nothing. He says, not much longer now, before he continues going through the rubble. He says, now, say, Salty, when your sister obviously she pledged fealty too, and we're gonna have to have a talk about that. She true to her word.
Sorry?
Your sister, she oh, you weren't there. She said that she would follow me and do what I need to help her. She needed help. I got rid of the dragon for her, and so you think she's true to... Can I trust your sister is really what I'm asking here.
I mean, can you trust yourself, really?
It's more of a internal question, or an existential one. I'm looking for specifically, is your sister true to her word? As he's, again, throwing rocks and things out of the way.
I mean, she's always been true to my word.
As in, she'll do what you say?
As in, if your word was my word.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
so,
look. You know what? I don't think you're getting it. Let me just try changing it. So, see, what actually happened, right, was there was this one time in the desert, and when we approached this dune, I sort of said to her, hey, look, sis, is this really a dune? And she's like, oh, well, it really depends if it's a dune or not. And I said, well, is it one dune or two dunes? And she goes, well, it really depends on if you count one or two dunes. And then I was like, okay, well, if I count two dunes, is it two dunes? She goes, well, look, my word says it's one dune. And I'm like, okay, well, if your word says it's one dune, and then my head thinks it's two dunes, is it really one dune or two dunes? And she was like, well, look, let's go with my one word dune, because that way you could trust what I'm saying. And I'm like, that makes perfect sense. So I did trust that it was one dune.
Maybe is what I'll put it as. Just, obviously, you understand what I had to do, so I'm just hoping that she does as well. You see him reach down. Summer, you're there with the Fey King. The Fey King seems to take a... Oh, it's so good to be back and home. He looks just kind of around. He says, "You've ever been here? Huh. This guy's bluer than I recall."
Ashburn. We're in Ashburn.
He seems to disregard you at this point and just kind of walks aside, looking up at things. He reaches down and pulls up a few blades of grass before he kind of thinks to himself for a while. Castigon pulls out as he says, "All right, he's totally gone. Do you have do you know if he kept the amulet in any pocket or anything? Because I don't want to have to dig it. I'm at his neck and his head's all you and."
Him and I didn't really get along. It was just a fleeting moment, really.
Fair enough. As he starts reaching down into Gideon's pockets and rummages through his things, you see several books begin just kind of flying out in the rubble there. Zinnia, you hear the flapping of pages in the wind as he tosses them away like they're nothing. What must have been years of notes and information just kind of thrown amongst the rubble. He's going to keep searching for a little bit. What's everybody doing?
I sort of looked at Zinnia and say, should we take the body somewhere else? Maybe we can find another feather.
I want to tackle this son of a bitch so fucking bad.
Are you able to whisper at all, or is this for him to be able to hear too?
I don't think she cares anymore.
Okay then. As he's moving stuff around, he goes, "You can do whatever you want if you get my amulet back to me, but I wouldn't, I mean, you see, I wouldn't try it." So he's still kind of rummaging through your dead friend's pockets. You see as he pulls up one book, covered in dark red blood, he throws it off to the side again, like it's nothing.
Come on, Zinnia, let's go find someone who can help us.
Salt, take me away now, or so help me, Nimbus.
I grab her hand and I start walking her towards the beach. The last time I saw her commune with her god, because he dropped lightning on a bottle.
You two head towards the ocean. You see the chimney sticking out about 10 feet out into the ocean, just a few feet above into the beach. Summer, where you're looking at over to them, kind of back and forth between the Fae King and the two of them, you see Salt and Zinnia walk over towards the beach alone.
Fuck, Penguin's up in the house. How do I keep them safe? How do I keep them safe? You said that if I brought her to you, then what do I do?
It's this wind. He kind of licks his finger and just... Again, he seems to not even regard what you're saying. He's so focused, deep in thought here. You could try and get his attention, but just general speaking is doing nothing to him.
I'm gonna like close my eyes and start to whisper and try and like I've tried dealing with Castigon. I've tried going to the faking. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna try and talk to my god. I don't have anything that can help me do that. I'm just gonna kind of concentrate and think about the times that I've heard them before. And I'm gonna... I don't know what to do. Please help me. I just want him to be safe.
Roll a percentile.
Summer's just like, God fight! 56.
56. You whisper on the winds, asking for help, asking for something, hoping your god can save you, save Salt, save someone in some way, shape, or form. You don't trust these gods at all, but the God of Whispers has done nothing wrong to you, so you finally close your eyes and pray, asking just for some sort of help. You hear whispers on the wind. You basically hear every word all at once that is happening in chat right now. Many of them saying diplomacy, some of them saying fuck 'em up, some of them saying Royal Rumble, welcome back, we love you. Do the power of chat be with you. Are you ready to rumble? You've never heard that one before.
Are you ready
Smite
to rumble?
that son of a bitch. It's time to whoop some divine. We are here for you and ready to pick him up. Assure her that they are safe in death's embrace already. Gideon and team. You have forsaken us, Summer. You shall pay. You hear many, many different words on the winds. Murder. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and shake it off. I feel more confused than ever. I want to break away from the faking and sneak towards my friends, keeping an eye out for Penguin.
Okay.
I move.
Zinnia and Salt. You're there on the beach. Salt, you were planning to take Zinnia over, and so for the minute while Summer's kind of whispering and talking, what are you and Zinnia doing at the beach as you hear the sound of the water rushing up against the sand?
Do you want to try talking to your god now? Maybe it's closer.
Sure.
You gotta try.
You're right. Okay, you're right. Okay. Nimbus. Now. How about now? Is getting out of that area doing anything different? Can you even hear me? I know I haven't talked to you in a while. Hello?
Roll me another percentile.
88.
Okay. You plead for your god to help you in some way, shape, or form. Do something, send you a message, send you a sign. What are you supposed to do here? The clouds overhead swirl around much as they did before. You hear a rolling thunder. The clouds begin to move, and the wind itself shifts to the west, out to the sea. You start to see the clouds go from white to gray in the distance, turning to black. Not sure what this means. Perhaps time would be enough before Summer begins walking over towards you and Salt. You see Summer, which is a relief. You hadn't seen her in some time before. Summer, looking like tear marks down her fur, runs up to you, Salt, and Zinnia.
I'm gonna grab Salt and just hug him and hold him tight.
Sunshine, are you alright?
We need to protect him. You need to stay. He doesn't know what he's doing. Please stay. Salt, he doesn't know what's happening. I need you to come back.
Where'd you go? What happened? You were just up there with the girls.
Oh, they're dead. But I brought the... Yeah.
Did you kill them?
I brought the Fey King back.
Sorry, where?
Here.
Do you point to him or just say here?
I'll point to him. I'll kind of try and get them to like be out of view, like pull Zanea and Salt so that they're all...
You pull him a little further into the beach, almost near the water. There's a little hill that goes up to where you're out of direct vision. You have to pull Zinnia down from her height, but once she's at the two of the rat folk's height, you are hidden beneath the crest of the side. But point over as Zinnia and Salt, you look up and you see the Fey King standing there, just kind of walking slowly, looking around with his scepter, just...
1 minute. I'll leave you for 1 minute.
I thought he could help. I thought he could help us. No one is helping us. I brought him back. The voices.
Okay.
I don't know what they mean anymore. Where's Penguin? Did he find you?
What do you mean, where's Penguin?
I sent him to find you. Did he find you?
Stop. I need to think. Zinnia, we have 2 gods currently in Ashbourne. I hate to say it because I feel icky saying it, but I think we should leg it.
We have to get out. We have to leave. He's not supposed to be here.
But their bodies, we can't just leave them here.
I saw them.
Yeah.
I grab both their hands and start heading north.
We need...
What do you mean you saw them?
Begins pulling Zinnia and Summer north up around the inn, and that seems like a solid place to pause just for the moment. It is 8:54, 8:55. We come back at about 9:02, give us about a 7-minute break. During that time, the fun fact is down at the bottom of what class they would like to be if they were a different class. So if you have a different question you'd like to ask the characters who are still alive, by all means, go ahead and do so. Tell us what that question would be, and do !LUD if you haven't entered for the health potion, because the crew needs a health potion right about now. So, we'll see you back in 7 minutes, everyone, and we will continue for there. Again, throw your question up for what you want to see next time. But, all right.
Whoa.
We'll see you all in 7 minutes. Bye.
Bye.
Your chip was the first sound that everybody heard coming back. So glad to be back.
It's
So
a jazz.
crunchy.
It's a jazz biscuit.
Well, since we are back with our chips, how about we go ahead and do a giveaway? If you haven't entered yet, we've got about 20 seconds left before we pull the plug on that, and you could win yourself a health potion from me, which everybody needs a bit of healing. I'm seeing in the chat that people are having.
Yeah, definitely
time.
enter. We're low on people entering, so if you want it, you better do it.
Make sure you're followed and do !Lud if you haven't yet. Just a few seconds left, but with that, I saw some of the questions, and I'm going to write one down. That way we can answer it next time, which will be in January. So if you have another question, you can go ahead and ask that one. But if not, I will pick one out of the ones that I saw, because some of them are pretty cool. Right. You want to call that good?
All right,
give
closing
it away.
entries. And we're picking a winner. Silver Light.
Silverlight.
Woo!
I love it.
Congrats.
Congratulations. We hadn't had Silverlight before, right? That name just seems familiar.
Nope. Not that I know of.
Seems familiar.
Congratulations, Silverlight. We'll make sure that that gets to you. So make sure you look for a message / email so that we can get your stuff, and we'll go from there.
I'm working on getting the next one up.
Okay, gotcha.
Apparently, I never hit save on that one.
Oh. Well, congrats to Silver, and let's continue right where we left off. Where we stopped, again, just a brief recap. The Fey King is currently looking around the town. Castigon is still digging through the rubble and through Gideon's corpse for loot. Summer and Xenia are being dragged by Salt up the northern half of the beach, just going straight north from there. The inn itself is on their east, but they're not going around it. They're just going up north on the sand and staying along the water's edge. So, continue. Salt, you were dragging them. What are we doing?
Come on, guys, move. Seriously, we need to regroup, rethink. I can't believe I'm the one thinking of this. What's going on? Xenia, Summer.
Go. Wait, Summer, you said you saw them. Let's walk and talk. Run and talk?
Leg it and talk.
Leg it and talk?
We need to get Penguin and murder and bad. We did bad, and also I love you, murder. We did bad. We got to get Penguin, and then Robert.
Do you still have the amulet, Summer?
I saw a boat. And I saw Amber, Stronghurst, and then I took her, and they were there, but they were kind of weren't there. But
sorry, Amber, like the one the faking one. What have you been doing? Has it been longer than a minute?
Just quick. I just went there for just a minute, and then they were in a boat, but I don't know.
Like a boat in the sea?
I think he looked at me. I think he's
The
okay.
faking?
Team, I think he looked at me. I think he's okay. I'm sorry I couldn't bring him back. He was too far.
I don't understand, sis. Come on, let's keep going.
I have the amulet.
You can use it to find Penguin, right?
Dania, what were you saying?
Oh, don't let fucking Castigon see that.
Do we give it back? Do we give it back? I don't know.
Fuck him. No. He's disrespectful to our friends' dead bodies, treating them like sacks of trash.
Dropped a house on them, Xenia. He dropped a house. What's he gonna do to us if we don't give it back to him?
North. Come on. There's multiple gods that are angry at each other.
Summer stops to kind of tell that to Xenia, but Salt's like, no, we have to keep going. And kind of continues to pull them. Xenia, you were saying?
Fuck Castigon, let's move.
Move.
So, where did you leave Penguin?
He was in the house. I told him to find you.
With the girls?
I took the girls.
What?
But
But you didn't take Penguin.
I thought that I could keep them safe there, but these gods.
Yes. Very, very scary. Some of them 40 elephants high. We shouldn't be playing with them.
I can I can reach out to Penguin if you want me to.
Can you do it while we're running?
Sorry.
Yes. Yes. Yeah?
Okay.
Gonna do sending?
Yes.
You can do that while running.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Do you just want me to find out where Penguin is?
Yeah, it's gonna be okay. He can find us. It's gonna be okay because we love you, and it's gonna be okay.
So should we tell him to come to us or should we go to Penguin?
Gods are jerks.
Okay, let's take it. Let's tell him to hide, and then when everything settles, we'll go find him. I'll go find him.
Okay.
He's not a hero, so he should be able to hide pretty well.
Okay.
He said he was gonna find you, and he was gonna stay safe. And he has the hat, and he said he could hide, and he was gonna find you, and he's got the hat, and he was gonna find you.
Okay. All right. So as we're running, I take my copper wire out and I go, hey, Penguin, where are you? Never mind. Stay in place. Salt will find you. Be safe. Wait till everything is okay.
As you're running, you pull the copper wire out and kind of aim it back towards the end. You see your red energy flow directly towards the inn, up and over the crest, and back south of you. You all have been running for a little bit now. It's a distance away. As you hear back, you say, "Yeah, okay, I'll stay low. A peep out of me. I couldn't get out of here anyway. I tried. There's no stairs. They're blown off. I'll be here. I'll be waiting." So you got.
He's at the inn. He couldn't find a way down. There's no stairs.
Okay.
He's stuck anyways.
Let's get you guys further out. You can work your shit out with your gods, and then I'll go find Penguin.
Okay.
Okay. You all continue running to the north?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you run, you follow along the beach, just trying to get out of here. As you head further to the north, you start to see farmland, wheats, corn, all growing nearby. It is still fall. It is harvest season. Those corn crops and wheats are very, very tall right now. You see 2 or 3 windmills off to the side before you're approaching a large forest, the one that you entered before when you went up to Ithka's domain. Big, tall, redwood-esque trees around here. The beach eventually gives way to a cliffside, forcing you either up or inward towards the forest.
I'm going to head towards the cave of Ithka.
Okay. You're going to go through the forest, up towards the mountain. As you get off of the beach, you can look backwards. You're behind the windmills and these few farm homes that are over here. You can see the cliff with the dwarvish temple up on the top, obscuring your vision of what must be the inn back behind there. It was about a mile for you to get here. It took you, at a solid run to get here, about 8 minutes. And as you do so, Zania, you look back, and the clouds that went off towards the ocean are back over towards where you once were. It has started raining and rolling thunder at your previous location.
Alex, that was the wrong one. I don't know. That comes later.
Alex blows up. Rybomom says, "Not the cliff. Don't want a cliff right now." As you all go on the sand over to the dirt and into the forest. Everyone all following Salt into the forest? Okay.
Yep.
You go through the trees out. Again, there's a wall that kind of encompasses the city here. The guards that once were at this wall seem to have gone towards the inside of town. You could easily climb over this wall out into the forest. If you wanted to go back to that kind of little alleyway, you'd have to go backwards towards town. So if you want to, you're going to have to climb and get over this wall. It's about a 20-foot high wall. There's ramparts for you to go up it, but down is not really an option. You'll either have to jump or climb down.
All right, I lead them up to the top.
Get onto the top of the ramparts. You can see over to the dense forest behind you. Salt and Summer, it's easy for you to be able to climb down. Zinnia, it's about a 20-foot drop off to the other side.
What's the wall made of? Oh, sorry.
Sorry. I'll have the ethereal pepper's tail there that will help Zinnia get down because she'll have something she can grab.
Suddenly,
as well.
A spectral tail appears before you like a handlebar. The wall is stone, except wood where you're standing on the ramparts, but a dwarvish white stone.
Okay. I'll just have my claws come out. I'll try to slow my fall down with them, although I don't know how effective that would be.
Okay, with Pepper's tail and using her claws on the stone to kind of just gently go down, I'll give you advantage on an athletics check to climb down.
All right. Athletics. Yay! 22.
22, sounds good. You easily, with being able to hold some of your weight on the tail and your dagger-like claws, slide down on the white dwarvish stone, landing to the ground without harm. Salt and Summer, you climb down as easily as you're walking on the ground before you again continue to run into the forest, heading north towards Ithka's cave.
Thanks, Salt.
Thank Pepper. And then the tail disappears.
She whispers, "Thank you, Pepper."
Okay. You all continue to run to the forest. Salt, if you're leading them, I need a survival check to see if you can get back to that same locale.
I can do that.
Satisfactory coming in like a dad. Are you winning, son?
17 plus 1 is 18.
18. You see familiar landmarks and trees. Mostly, every now and again, you just climb up high enough in a tree to where you can see the mountain range a few miles off before eventually it becomes 2 miles, 1 mile, and you recognize the tip of the mountain from where you once survived. And you climb your way over to where you get running up the start of the mountain. It's been about half an hour now since you've run away from Ashburn and the gods that were once possibly quarreling. You begin walking up the stone pathway where you once saw before. Immediately, you see the first cliff face that you once climbed to get up towards Ithka's lair at the top of the mountain. What strikes you as
run.
The real BBEG is here. What strikes you as odd is you once saw kobold encampments both above and below this, but they are now gone. Any traces of them since specifically knocked out and out of the way. You see kind of piles of dirt as if their campfire that once was here has been put out, trying to cover their tracks. But the kobold's area is since gone. What are you doing? Heading up still or staying
Heading
at
up.
the base of this mountain? Heading up.
My goal is the cave at the moment, and again, I'll pop out Pepper's tail to help Zinnia climb.
Okay. Salt, you and Summer can easily climb this first cliff. It's about 50 feet high, as we've discussed before, and you've been on before. Zinnia, you look at the cave and just kind of give yourself a quick sigh. You see Salt and Summer go up it. The tail, again, right next to you. What are you doing?
Zinnia is still out of it, still
Mhm.
torn from seeing Team's crushed body and especially Gideon's ransacked body. So she's just listening to what Salt says because right now he seems like the most logical out of everyone. So
Scary.
Go ahead and climb.
I'm climb.
Okay, go ahead and roll an athletics check. At advantage
I'm gonna-
because you have the tail.
I'm gonna kind of grab her as she goes to climb up and go, no more cliffs, no more cliffs, no more cliffs, no more cliffs, no more cliffs.
You're literally kind of pulling her under the shoulder with as she has the tail, trying to help her as best you can. What'd you get?
13 with advantage.
13 with advantage. Because Summer also chooses to help, I'll say that makes a difference. You feel yourself slipping a little bit, but that's when Summer, you're like, no more cliffs, go, go, go. And you kind of push her up and almost put your hand underneath her feet as she starts climbing up the first cliffside here. You all make it over to the top, and you see further that kobold camp that was once here is again buried, thrown away, destroyed, whatnot. The tree itself that's nearby has also been hacked into with a few axes as if taking wood from it. But you see the pathway go up further. You eventually follow it to that 80-foot tall cliff. Salt, Summer, you both can easily climb that again, getting up towards the top. Zinnia, you climbing it once more?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll an athletics at advantage with the tail help and Summer.
Summer's not gonna climb it. She's gonna no more cliffs, no more cliffs.
I'm gonna
She's gonna sit down.
16.
Your brother slaps you in the face as you continue to say, no more cliffs, no more cliffs. Your brother slaps you and points up
get
to
up
Zinnia,
there, sis.
who is halfway up the cliff at this point.
Come on. And I grab her hand and go up with her.
Pulling you as if the same way he did on the ground. Again, this is no problem for either of you. You begin climbing and scaling the wall here. Zinnia, you just kind of close your eyes at this point. You look down and see them coming up, and that's not a good idea. You just continue to climb. More out of pure, just I need to stop and think. You're just trying to get this over with and done. It actually helps you. Instead of waiting there on each foothold, you just go. You eventually do get to the top, and you can start to see the peak of the mountain, where you once fought is not exactly the right word, encountered Ithka at the top of her crest here. Black spikes aiming upwards, and you can see the plateau not far off at all. Heading up to the cave where you once found the meteor, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Zinnia, Summer, Salt, you climb up and get directly to the plateau. As you're standing there, you see the same nest that you saw before, large tree trunk-like branches, a few broken shells from some old eggs that were once here, and a tall Leonin man standing inside the nest.
Hello?
Oh, well, hello there. Hey.
I pull out my dagger.
Oh, love, you look so sad. What's wrong?
Are you a dragon? Please don't tell me you're a dragon.
I've never seen a furry dragon before, but hey. No, I'm kidding. I'm not a dragon, I promise.
Okay. Someone's gonna sit down and put her head in between her knees and just start to breathe.
We need to rest in here. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, I've just been using this place to sleep here lately. Fine with me. Don't murder me, though. That's all I ask.
I put my knife away.
The Leonin you see in front of you, pure white fur, piercing blue eyes, and he wears two what the hell are these called?
Platoons.
Them right there. Doesn't have any clear weapons on him other than a couple daggers.
Hi, I'm Salt. This is Zanir and my sister Summer.
Oh, hey there. I'm Zeroz. Very nice to meet you. You look very sad.
Shit's going down.
Dead.
Well, as he hands out, tries to hand out like this jerky. He's like, well, I don't think that's gonna fix this problem. He goes and he sits down, like eye level with the two ratlings.
This is pretty forward of me. I need to do some shit, and it's gonna be dangerous. And my two very close family members here aren't in any way to be able to do anything dangerous at the moment. I don't know you, but I can pay you. Can you keep an eye on them while I go deal with what I have to deal with?
Don't worry about paying me. I was gonna be here anyway, so that's fine.
Can you maybe cook something? I'm sure they haven't eaten for a long time.
I can see what I got. I've got my bag of stuff over there. Start a fire. That'll be all right.
Okay.
What's their names?
Summer and Zinnia.
Well, all right.
Summer's
Well.
the cute one.
Perfect.
Two rat folk.
Summer's head-
Must be
Summer's
boyfriend
head-
and girlfriend.
Yes.
Summer's head like at her butt, just like.
Just
you-
ugly crying it.
It's so
you
cute.
be safe because I can't guarantee I can keep them safe longer than a day or so, but I'll stay here. I'll feed them.
That'll be fine. I turn to Summer and I grab her by the shoulders. And while this is happening, Ryan, my tail's going to attempt to steal the amulet.
Ah. Go and
All right,
roll
Summer.
sleight of hand.
I'm going to take my inspo
Okay.
because I really want this to happen.
Because I want the amulet.
Okay, that's a better roll. That's 13 plus 9 is 22.
Summer, I'd say you're a little bit busy. So you're not actively looking out for your amulet at this time. Correct?
Okay.
Would you say that that's apt?
I'm a bit. I imagined that I was holding it, but also I don't think that I'm going to put up much of a fight for someone to take it.
So what did you get again?
22.
22. Summer,
On using inspo, yep.
as you're just kind of wiping your eye away there, you just put your hands together. You're like, okay, yeah. You kind of cross your arms. You just don't even think about the weight of it at this point. You're just sad. Before brother starts
notice.
walking you towards the cave. Salt, yes, you do grab the amulet out.
All right, sis. I'm going to take care of this.
Mm.
You need to be here for Zinnia. She's just lost her bestest friend.
Sinia's
Get
eyes
your
are
shit together,
locked at the other Leonin before
I'll be
following
back
you
soon.
to the cave.
and then I give her a kiss on her forehead.
Are you looking after each other?
He'll be fine. And I head out of the cave.
Leonin, what was your name once more?
Zeraz. Z-Y...
If you gave it to them. I think you
Zero.
did.
I did.
Yes.
I did.
Xerox.
My name is spelled Z-Y-R-O-Z.
Got it. Salt, you walk out of the cave and you see Zero's already looking through his pack trying to find something to cook up and eat here.
We
Zero's
can make some chowder. We can make... and he's just going over.
just kind of talking to yourself there, Zero's. You think like, ooh, gonna have to set something. You see a storm kind of gathering and approaching as rain seems to be on the horizon.
All right. I grab the amulet as soon as I'm out of sight, and I wait for it to talk to me. You gonna talk to me?
Where do you want to go?
Ah, good. You're still there. Do you have like a nicer voice? Like maybe something a bit more friendly?
You hear back in the same monotone, where do you go?
I guess not. All right. Where do we want to go? Take us to Penguin Von Cool.
Roll me an int check.
Oh, my int's +5. Awesome. 18.
The +5 int? Oh yeah,
I
that's right, we changed
do!
it around, yeah.
I'm smart, but I'm not like wise. It's
Hey,
fine.
Thief. 18. Great. You vanish. This time not feeling yourself being pulled between dimensions itself so much as just very quickly going from one spot to another. Find yourself on the 4th floor of the Red Wagon Inn, half of it completely gone and destroyed, being pelted by rain as the roof has collapsed over your head. You see Penguin McCool just kind of sitting there. He's like tapping on his cinnamon stick, trying to get it to make smoke, but it doesn't. Yo, whoa.
Shh. Where's the hat?
He kind of pulls it out from under a small little log. He's like, I got it.
Get in.
The hat? Yo. He throws his cinnamon stick in there, or he kind of wiggles in. His belly's a little bigger. You guys keep feeding him a lot of fish. His legs kind of before he goes down into the hat.
Children. I see if I can peek out to see if I can find these 2 wannabe gods.
Roll a stealth check.
For sure.
Oh, actually, I do that for you now.
No, you wrote that for me.
Correct.
Plus 9.
One way or another.
That could be either coming from you.
So, you go up to the window and do your best to peek up and over the windowsill to look out. Pause there. Team Gideon, you've been in the boat for a little bit of time. I think you had something that you were conversing about in the boat.
Listen, I
Look,
am
I
telling
told you 5 times, you can't just steal the moon dagger. You
Listen,
can't. It's going to derail all of this precious lore. And he starts snacking a notebook that's covered in red threads.
But
I wrote this.
If
you just
me,
take
the,
it,
no,
you know what's
have given me.
Look, this. I'm telling you, right? You know what? Fine.
You gave me
Fine.
the bucket
Roll.
of gathering for a reason. This is why I will put the dagger in the bucket.
Team, roll that d20. If you roll a 20, so help me God, I guess you steal the dagger. I'm gonna jump off this fucking boat.
As you do that, you kind of mime doing it before Stronghurst pulls you in and kind of slams you in. She says, "Don't do that. We're almost there." Before you kind of feel the boat slide up against sand. She says, "No, off, get off. You can see before you what once seemed like an eon's distance away. A blue city made out of stone, transparent as far as the eye can see. You can see into every single house in the city. You can see people conversing with each other, living regular lives, like you would see in a normal city, save everything is ghostly in its spectral appearance." Before she says, "Normally I'd show you around, but I've got to check on my son," before she kind of shoves you out and off of the boat.
Can you do me one favor if you're going back to the material plane? If you happen to, I know you're in a rush, but if you see my friend, she is Leonin, her name was Nia. I left something for her. She'll know what I'm talking about.
I will do what I can, but honestly, it's not my main concern right now. Please, just seek out any of the others wearing the gray hoods and go.
Okay.
Team, all the houses are transparent and I keep looking at a guy pooping. I'm trying to look away, but I just keep seeing him. Like everywhere I turn, I can see right through his house. Like, is there...
It's like a centipede crash. You just can't look away.
Honestly, I can't... He's just been there for like the whole time since we stopped on the dock. Is he okay?
As you two look directly into this man's, quote, soul by watching him poop behind a door there, he kind of looks at you and gives you like a eyebrow, like, this is not common courtesy here in this world. As
I don't break eye contact.
You turn and look back, or not you, but Team turns back and sees Stronghurst paddling the boat in the other direction. As we pause from there and go back, Salt, you look over the windowsill, down, and you see Castigon sitting on the ground, just kind of legs crossed, as the rain pours across him, his long blackish green hair, just kind of listening to these two people talk. As you see a woman with gray cloaked hood speaking directly, finger pointed at the Fae King. It's very hard to hear what they're talking about. The words are drowned out by the heavy rainfall and the sounds of thunder above you. You could definitely try and hear them, but you'd have to get lower and closer to them.
Are they within pegging distance?
What?
Can I peg something at him? Can I throw something at him?
Throw something.
That's not a term we use here.
That's a down under term.
Yeah.
That means something very different back home, let me tell you. I think...
Can I peg something?
You can throw a rock at them, Alex, if you would like.
I can.
How many subs to be in pegging range?
All right, perfect.
I would like to try and vouch for him and let you know that that is something that is said in Australia, to peg a ball is to throw a ball really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
you were
Yeah,
you were
no,
saying
that's what
about the
yeah,
same
you're saying
thing.
that's
Yeah,
it.
that's totally what it means here. Yep, yep,
Hitting the
yep.
ball real good.
Down under, man.
I
Down under.
also, I mean, we also acknowledge what you're referring to. So
I
he
do
should
now
know
that I'm
that.
thinking about it. I was in the moment, man.
Yeah,
All
man,
right.
you could throw a small stone at somebody.
Perfect. I would like to throw so that it lands in between the three of them. And I am going to throw the amulet.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity throw.
Uh-oh.
You end game theme.
25.
25. All right, right in between
then
the
I
three
leg
of
it,
them,
by the way.
correct?
Yes.
Okay,
As
you don't-
close to the center of all three as possible.
You don't
I'm not
stop
going to watch
to
what
like
happens.
see what's going on or anything, correct?
I'm going to have the hat and I'm going to leg it.
Okay, sounds good. You just throw it. You don't even look back. You know it's going to land where you want it to go as you turn and leg it immediately to the north. You climb down on the northern side of the house. As you do so,
I'll fly down with Pepper's tail.
okay, yeah,
Get
you
the
just
fuck
pop the tail out and just zip line your way down onto the ground.
and leg it.
then as fast, I hate GFY. You earn one.
I'll take two. Peg it and leg it's amazing.
Peg it like it is good, but
Watch
I
this
hope it
comment.
never pops up again.
Bree's just sitting there in the cave and she's like, peg it and leg it.
What's going on? As you
I'm
zip
not
line
sure
your
you
way
know what that
down
means.
and head to the north, going through the forest as the rain pelts you, trying to get away from these other beings as fast and as quick as you can. Roll me a perception as you run through the forest here.
I'm really bad at perception. 3.
Sounds good. You run for another half an hour at as fast as you can. You're willing to be exhausted just to get back to your sister and to get away from these things. You run and run and run to the north until you see the mountain before you once again, and you see a small smokestack coming out from the top of it. There's a fire going up there. You run and get back towards the top of the mountain. Summer and Zeroz, you've been there for some time. Zeroz, you've been cooking up a small chowder, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Chowder,
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what I got is a chowder.
A small chowder. Summer, it smells both potatoey and fishy at the same time. It's kind of comforting, but it's not what you care about right now. You've done nothing but cry your last tear. There's not enough moisture left in your body to add anymore. Zania has sat there, eyes just kind of locked at this other Leonin here, just quizzical, before she kind of leaves her feet out to be touching the rain from inside the cave here. Zeroz, you've got the fire kind of going before Salt. You eventually slide your way back up in there, and you, just a sigh of relief. Your sister's still here, Zania's here, Zeroz is here.
I get there, and as I go to face Summer with the hat, I go, "This is exhausting," and pass out.
Salt stops, hands you the hat, and just curls up, head on your lap. Summer just, it's exhausting, as just lays out, gone.
Well, I guess I just made this chowder for myself then. I'll eat it. That's fine.
Wipe my tears away and reach into the hat and pull out Penguin. Give him a little kiss on the head.
Okay. We're not here anymore. That's fine. You okay? He claps his fins together at Salt.
She's all right. And I'm going to pull into the bag and try and pull out a blanket and cover Salt's body and stroke his head.
Salt, you just give yourself away to sleep. There's nothing you want
purring.
more right now, but a rat-like purr. You want nothing more right now than to just pass out. Summer, you just kind of hug Penguin McCool. He asks, where's the blonde guy? And the little... You just kind of shush him as just wanting to sit there in the quiet of the fire as he understands and just lets you hug him while you yourself begin to nod off. Zeraz, seeing the two of them sleep, you're like, why am I making this? Before
Breakfast chatter.
breakfast chatter.
I can tell you it definitely won't be good. This milk here is gonna curdle. I'm just gonna eat it.
You sit there and you look over at the other Leonin, who has not seemed to avert her gaze from you. It's just in a quizzical stare. She eventually, as you kind of turn and take more note of her, you offer her a bowl of chowder. She takes it and she kind of goes. She wants to talk, but you can tell they've been under some sort of strain.
If you're about to ask if I'm from Red Rock, I think it's called, no. I'm from the forest up in the north.
Okay. I have so many questions, but are you going to be here tomorrow?
Well, I need to go take care of my wife, but I suppose if I don't come back tomorrow, I have friends I can have come check up on you.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to talk, but just we have had a day of days, and
I was gonna say, y'all, no offense, but y'all look like shit.
I'd say that we feel like it too. Thank you for the chowder. I'm just not hungry. Before she kind of hands the bowl back to you, even more affirming, like, why did I make this?
Well, that's all right. Well, I'll just leave this here, and just in case you want some more, and he's just gives a little flick, and you see the steam start rising from the chowder. He's like, I'll just reheat it for you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, by all means, I'm gonna just, I guess, go sit in the corner of my cave I found.
Quick question. Do
Mm-hmm.
you serve a god? We've had some bad dealings today, and just
I find that gods are just more hassle than anything. It's best to depend on yourself.
Then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
Before the odd question, Zinnia also turns her head and curls up like a cat, as she would, next to Summer and Salt, creating a small rodent comfort pile with Penguin McCool sitting on top. You can see Penguin McCool kind of reached out as if like he wanted some of the fishy, clammy chowder, but he just gives up and goes to sleep with the rest of them there, all in this small little pile.
I'll keep watch during the night.
As the three of them fall asleep, Zeros, you sit there as it's only about 3-4 o'clock when this happens, but you can tell just from the exhaustion that they have, they're still going to sleep through the night. Several hours pass as you sit here on the mountaintop, just kind of tending the fire, trying to stay warm. The rain itself continues to pour and fall throughout the night. Roll me a perception check.
It's a perception +4, so that's a 21.
21. You hear footsteps, wet through the heavy rain, coming up the mountain on the stone. Climbing up.
I'm gonna sit there. I got my hand on my my little it's in my pocket. My hand's in my pocket.
Okay. As you sit there, just kind of twiddling your thumbs, a creature comes out and leans its head through the opening of the cave. Jakey, mind describing what that creature looks like?
So, a shorter but lithe figure walks in. He's wearing a like baggy, almost like hood that's rolled up at the sleeves. And from the behind him, he's illuminated. He has this almost like violet purple skin that is just covered in tattoos that have phrases all over, words, and eyes that adorn it. He is wearing a hood that covers his head fully, and from behind it's difficult to see, but he has a mask that looks like it's almost like a stark white bone. It has a a smiley face that looks like a child drew it, painted across it. And he walks in, and he's like, looks like he's just like,
Jakey, your character, you could have sworn when you were in the forest, you saw the rat folk-like creature run this way, and as you kind of look at the mouth of the cave, you see one of them asleep there. You're not sure if this is what you were looking for, but this is what you feel like you were here to do.
he takes a moment and stands out in the rain.
Which one is it? Come on, 5 seconds ago I couldn't get you to stop talking about him. Please, for the love of God, it is raining. Who is it?
As it is in the dead of night and raining, you were the only one awake as he looks to you to talk.
Oh, I'm sorry there, friend. I didn't realize you were talking to me. If you're coming here, if you're coming to harm them, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to put an end to that. But they're currently sleeping. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'll gladly help you.
Sorry, I'm trying to talk to
And he leans out of the cave,
currently being a pain in my ass. I'm trying to find a rat. And is that soup you're making?
Do you want some?
Fucking rights I do.
and he sits down immediately, cross-legged, and plops down, and he just holds out a bowl, ready to receive soup.
And then he's gonna heat it up for him. It's fucking cold out there with that rain, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God, it's freezing. I literally can't feel my feet. I'm sorry, this is gonna be gross.
And he like plops off his boots and does that water thing where he just dumps water in like silt, and he like wiggles his little purple toes and slides it up back on. I was gonna ask Ryan because I'm listening to the things around where I'm gonna do almost like dowsing rod with my hand. Where do I feel the loudest of the three people sleeping right now?
I'll let you roll a religion check on that.
Ooh. Religion, I don't think I have very good. It's a +0, but it's a 17.
17. You're definitely getting strong vibes from the one who looks like she would chime in, and ask if people have ever heard of closing the door. Summer.
GFY.
I'll take one.
Standing, he's doing that thing where he's standing above, but he's upside down from her perspective, and then he just like does like a like.
She's not awake. They are all currently asleep.
Oh no, I can tell. I just
Okay.
kind of like slowly poke her nose, be like,
Hey, wake up. Hey.
Summer, you open up to see a masked man with purple skin and violet purple hair. Roll a history check. What are those eyes?
8.
8. You've definitely never seen this man before.
Nope. I close my eyes again.
Thinking that she's dreaming, she just goes right back to sleep.
you can't.
I've been listening to them scream in my ears for the past 3 hours. You are not just gonna nope me.
And I start like pinching her cheeks a little bit and shaking her. I'm still fully upside down.
As that happens, as he begins to shake, Summer, Salt, and Zania, all from the kind of slight shaking, all wake up to see this almost glowing, violetly purple man shaking Summer. Like, hey, no, hey, you're not just gonna go to sleep on me. As the three of you all see him shaking to talk
the
to
actual
Summer.
Oh,
He's
sorry,
gonna
I
jump up
thought he
and-
was friends with your friend. He seems nice. He ate some chowder.
Also, while I'm shaking, I turn and go, "Yes, I can hear you," and then I go back to shaking her face.
Who are you? And I pull out my dagger.
he pauses for a minute before he answers and realizes that because Salt is also a follower, so he gets like almost like a hold up vibe, almost like Spider-Verse, where it's like the "you're like me" thing.
Pause. Salt, would you consider yourself a follower of Whispers?
Oh, I guess you're not.
I actually, funny enough, hasn't come up yet, but ever since Casagon just turned his back on me, then I've gone back to the one true chat, but we don't officially say that yet.
Okay. Jakey, then, I will actually have you roll a second religion check on that.
Good call, Jakey.
Natural 20.
You do sense exactly what you said. You do sense some connection to Salt.
Name's How. You are?
And he's still like almost like he's not doing it as fast, but he's slowly just like almost like massaging Summer's cheeks, but he's like still enamored by the fact that it's just like, oh, hey.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
That's my sister.
Oh.
Can you put her down, please?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I do a gentle, like I almost like drop her, but then I catch her head and gently place her head down.
As you do so, Salt, you're holding up the dagger. You hear a voice come from out in the rain. You hear, "Salt, it's okay." Before, out.
Now, hold on there. Hold on. We're friends in this cave here. And I can't be harming the people in here. We're all friends.
We are all friends.
Okay, come get some chowder. Come on.
Very quick to trust.
It drops my dagger and just runs for the voice.
You run over. Hard to see him in the dark night sky, but you can see the rains dropping off his black, scaly skin. You run up and just hug your old friend, Robert, as you slam into him. You can see some of his armor cut and broken as he is currently himself bleeding a little bit. But he says, "Salt, it's so good to see you again, my friend."
Robert, what the hell? And she's gonna run over too, and she's just gonna start bawling. And also heal at the same time.
Zinnia, Salt, you run over, hugging him immensely as he kind of holds back. He drops his spear onto the ground. You can hear it clang out in the rain as the two of you go up to him. He's like, it's so good to see you. I heard he points over to How. I think several of us heard her cry Summer on the wind.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is the storage kind of love. This is wholesome.
Summer's just gonna push past and just jump into his arms.
As literally the three of you in the rain, he's basically holding Salt and Summer up by his arms as like Zinnia is hugged in a large embrace between Robert, Zinnia, Salt, and Summer. Just a warm hug. Duraz, you're just, this is good luck.
This is great. This is
what
great.
we've been
I'm
looking
loving
for.
this.
How you feel such energy coming from. You're not sure how he knew you were coming, but you hear his voice loud and clear above the rest of them. You sense an immediate connection with this man.
How is like doing that thing where like he at first didn't notice the connection, but he's dipping his bowl in for more chowder and then pauses as it's like halfway filled. Looks up.
Yeah, get some more.
As Robert
Sick.
looks at you all sick. Zinnia, you said you were planning on healing him?
As I'm hugging him, he heals for a second level cure wounds 11 points.
Beautiful. You, as you're doing so, you can feel a gash in his back, and you just use your energy to kind of heal it up as he's, "Oh God, it was so good being
Ryan?
back around you all." Salt.
I'm gonna react to Zinnia doing that,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna go, "Oh, that's cute," and then I do it to myself.
As Zinnia heals Salt, your exhaustion, your red energy, the same red energy that Zinnia pours out of her hand, you cover over your arm. Scrapes and bruises that you felt going through the forest at immense speed, so yourself start to heal up as you feel better, awake, ready. Whew. Is
Oh, when did you learn that? She's like wiping away tears from hugging Robert.
Learn what?
It's red.
Huh? You just read.
You read.
You read. Yeah, and you read. We read together.
They have such a way with words.
It was just me.
This is
Who are
great.
Who are you? Oh, she's gonna hug Robert again.
she just kind of, you're not entirely sure what's rain and what's tears coming off of the scales of Robert as he then kind of individually holds Salt and Summer up like little children, just happy to see them again, before he grasps you by the cheeks, Zinnia, and just gives you the greatest of hugs as he looks down at the three of you. Says, I came as quick as I could. Sorry. Thank you, Zinnia. There was a nasty owlbear on the way here. I wasn't paying attention. It's dark. Sorry.
Do you need more? Do you need more heals?
I'm good. I'll survive. I'm happy that the three of you are okay.
There's so much to tell you.
Did the owlbear follow you here? I'm not
No.
going to go kill it or anything. I just want to make sure, y'all seem so wholesome and happy right now. I wouldn't want an owlbear coming into the cave and mauling everybody to death.
I didn't want
God,
to,
that
but
would be really funny though.
I had to slay it.
Well, damn.
I didn't want to. They're intelligent creatures, but I needed to get here to help you. I heard your cries on the wind, and I couldn't ignore that. I was going to head straight to town. What happened?
Well, so we got teleported to this town, right? And like, we're like, bring us a Vithka, but they're like, no, don't say that. And then we found this menagerie, and there was no one in the menagerie. There's a giant cat, right? And then we went over to find this just giant bird and everything. And I met this really cool hurt guy. And then, we found these eggs. We didn't find the eggs. We found the girl for the eggs. That's right. And then we returned the dragon eggs. And then we went to this Halloween thing and fought these big giant pumpkins. I'm going to keep going until you tell me to stop, by the way.
Okay, I figured.
Um,
Salt
yeah,
begins recapping the story. Ziraz and Hal, do you have any connection to Ashburn?
No, not particularly.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hal's mostly just like wandering, like goes where whispers tell him. I will say though, when like Salt is like doing the whole recap, Hal looks up at the ceiling and goes,
Okay, so that one's Salt.
You start to gotcha. You start to recognize like that's why everybody was screaming. Got it. That's why they called me here. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. As they start to explain things, what you just heard were general cries of help and anger. Now it's starting to piece the puzzles together. Ziraz, you weren't necessarily not going to go to Ashburn. You weren't necessarily going to, but now it's definitely not on your list to go to anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like the place done got fucked up.
As you
Yeah, for real.
retell this tale, How and Ziraz kind of are just doing general commentary in the background as things go by. You hear a collective ooh as they talk about the house falling on their two friends. You hear ooh, and some glares come from the others, but it's more just
Sorry.
it's not
chimney
terrible
first.
anger.
I know.
Before describing this, Robert weeps for a long time. Salt, you continue to try and tell the tale, but he does kind of put his finger up to you, just says, just give me a moment. He weeps for Team deeply as you see him look down at his boots and kind of just brush the mud and the dust off of them before he... I'm also sorry for the other friend, but continue. As you continue recanting the tale, and they're like, and then we were here, and now there's a purple guy, and now there's a other Leonin. Or how would Salt end it?
Well, does Summer or Zinnia react when I'm like, yeah, and then I pegged it and legged it in the middle of the three guards.
I was going to say, do you tell about the amulet?
I'm telling him pretty much the whole story.
Okay, great. Zinnia and Summer, then you hear that Salt threw the amulet at the gods.
So that's why y'all look like shit. Well, this has been a really exciting story, but I really should go check on my wife. I've got my friend Ren. They can come check on you if need be, if you'll still be here.
You're gonna leave the pot of soup, right?
Yeah. Here, let me. And he reaches over and he reheats the soup. It's like nice and warm. Make sure that Dragonborn fellow gets some too. He looks hungry.
Like mid eating, like under the mask, he's just like, huh?
Well,
You throw a few more lumps of charcoal briquettes
Yeah.
under there to keep it going and the fire hot. As Zinnia, Summer, and Salt kind of collectively weep for Team and what's happened before Zeros leaves the cave and walks through the rain in the middle of the night down the mountain.
When Salt brings up the amulet, she just good. Fuck them. Fuck the gods. She's just like, oh
Yeah.
no, this a seed of doubt is now in her mind.
Zinnia, what do you mean? I understand that these were wrong, but chat and whispers, and even yours, though I imagine, is quite forgiving.
I tried to reach out 2 times back there and I didn't get anything back. I mean, I don't want to be sad anymore. I don't have any more sadness to give. I'm sorry to bring everything down. It's just been a long day. And as she's sitting there, she's kind of hunched over and she starts to, like, her nostrils flare and she's like, and she reaches into her pocket and she remembers that there's oh, I'm tearing up. There's incense wafting from her pocket and she takes it out and it was Team's amulet. And she just starts bawling again and she realizes there's a corner of paper sticking out. And she goes, guys, and she'll open it and she sees there's a note inside. And she starts bawling again. And then she looks to everyone. Should we read it? Yeah, I think we should.
If you think we should.
Okay. 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 And it says, she'll read it out loud. Zinnia, those doubts you carry with you, I saw. You brought this life I never asked for purpose. You got me out of the fighting pits and quelled my anger for this world. Never question yourself. You will do amazing things. And then there's his language and then translation underneath. Let the wind guide your soul. I didn't think I had any more tears, Robert.
Ao slowly stands up and walks forward to Zinnia. And I'm going to cast Encode Thoughts on myself and create a small strand that appears, and it's this purple ribbon, and it's like basically whispering.
If you want to hear them, they have shit to say to you through me.
And basically the whole hugs to Zinnia, we care about you, Zinnia. Like, I place that in her hand, and everything from chat she can hear as I hear it, which is loud as shit. Like almost like surround screaming of lots of love.
Oh god, is this what you hear all the time?
Yep.
Oh.
Only when I ask, but if you're hearing even a moment of it, that's awful. I'm sorry.
Oh goodness gracious. Oh god, I thought the thunder was a lot. Oh. This
Also,
is
they
cute.
keep saying to hug you. I don't know if we know each other that way. Do you want to do like a hand hug, or like a crisp hi? I'm not good at this.
Sure. I don't.
Shake his
Yeah.
hand.
Oh, I was imagining like an
Oh.
awkward hand hug where the thumbs go around.
Like the kindergarten hug.
Do one of those.
As Salt, Summer,
I'm-
you hear the
Zinnia, by the way.
words from Zinnia, and Robert just kind of looks at the two of you, and
I'm sorry to you two. I wish I had been here to help.
It's been a crazy week, hasn't it?
It has. If you and me both. But obviously, you a bit more. I'll try not to leave you again. If I can help it.
I saw them, and I think he was happy.
What do you mean you think?
Well, it was only for a second, but he was in a boat. I don't really know where they were. He looked like, I don't know, the most team I've ever seen him look, if that makes sense. And
He had bones again?
no, but he didn't have wings either. And I looked past him, and he looked
Robert.
kind of content.
Content? I mean, let's be real, after dying 3 times, I'm sure it gets tiring, no?
I couldn't really see Gideon, but I don't know. They didn't feel scared.
That's
That's
good.
promising. Yeah.
Robert and Zinnia kind of nod in unison.
Brian.
You're right.
What did I do? Didn't say anything.
He looked the most team he ever has. Transparent.
Dad jokes for days.
Right.
I mean, that's comforting. Summer, thank you. I guess they can't feel any more pain now, hopefully. I don't know much about the afterlife.
How
They didn't.
is your name, correct?
Yes.
Could you give us
That's
but a
me.
moment? I want to speak to my old party, and I'd like to speak to you sometime as well, but I need to have a few words with the 3 of them.
Yeah. I've got a lot of catching up to do anyway, so
And he's gonna do like finger guns to Summer.
so I know everyone's doing this whole I'll talk to you later thing. We should chat. No pun intended. All right.
And he's gonna like scoot out. He throws his boots off though, and he's gonna sit on the cliffside just in the rain, and just kind of listen to the thunder, but also listen to the chat.
You can see a faint, transparent kind of purple glow on the edge of the cliffside, maybe about 50 yards away in the dark, dark rain, as Robert looks down to the 3 of you and says,
Look, I am sorry you had to go through all of this. Salt. You specifically. Honestly, from what you've told me, shown great maturity from last we met him. I'm very
I
proud.
found a dagger.
What is that? A pumpkin carving dagger?
Yeah,
Okay,
I pumpkined good.
it's good. From
it kind of connects to him. Like, wait, from the pumpkins you fought earlier? Basically, the like story you gave of the chapter 2 is how you like recap things. So he's like,
the thing you all smashed.
so you're like, yeah.
So he goes,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's good. I'm proud of you for taking care of your sister, and some of you the same for taking care of him, and Party and Zinnia, you being kind of the glue now. It kind of held it all together. I know it must have been rough for all of you. I'm just thankful that you're still here. Truly.
And we're thankful that you're still here too, Robert. By yourself in the scorch. Which couldn't have been easy.
I have good and bad news, for that. I found my brother. I buried him properly in the sands. but I couldn't have found him without help.
Okay.
Who helped you?
The bone man that you all knew before, with the mark on his skull. He swore to me, promised me that he meant no harm, that it was purely his job, and that I was not a part of his job. He swore that he would help me, and he did. He had nothing but praise to give. He spoke of Kinak as a true warrior, and I knew him to be one in the pits. I trusted him enough to help me. Spade's tracker. So
Is he here now?
No. That's why I wanted to be able to talk to you, and why I'm glad that you came back. He said his job was to hunt and search for Team. I thought if I could get to you first, then I could help and talk him out of it. But Team is gone. I don't know what this means. I don't know if he can find you all. He said he could through that, but Team is gone. Just wanted you to have that information.
Right.
This could be good. This could be a fresh start for you all. You've been through so much. You could get away from the chaos. And I don't know. Forgive me. It's been a rough week.
For us all.
Sorry. Why am I complaining to you? You've been through worse.
No, I don't think there's a need to compare who has worse weeks. That doesn't negate the fact you had a bad week, Robert. I mean, he helped you, and it is what it is, and Team sounds like he's moved on happily, so he'll keep wasting his time, and that's actually funny to me.
Sure. Maybe that's good. Who knows?
You know?
Who knows what the future holds? I just want peace for all, and all to have peace. But, by the way, I do have positive gifts and things for you.
Robert reaches over into his pack, pulls back out as he goes,
I don't have a terrible much to give, and I had extra, but, well,
what's going on? What do you do?
Sorry, Bobo.
What did they
It's
do?
always Bobo. Isn't he? Team yelling at Gideon, let me buy those 7 donkeys.
Bobo, oh my god. You get another GFY, you know you do.
No, that's another inspiration, right?
If I give Bobo another 10 GFYs, I'm just gonna have y'all be found where you are from cast to con. Just keep it up, Bobo.
Oh.
Right, as
he goes, I have something. It's not much, but I had them made by the dwarvish man, red hair, whatever. When I stopped into town,
he holds out rings in his hand. They're Murrigan steel, which to this equates to like Damascus. It's that layered steel rings. You can see the patterns going between them.
they're nothing special, but with the gold you gave me, I thought best to give you, a present and a thank you. I still have some, but I just missed you and wanted to cement a friendship. I have one for each. As he, I have extra for one for Team, but if he is not here, I will carry the 2.
As he hands 3 of you each some Damascus steel rings. Zania, actually all of you now, roll me an Arcana check.
1.
I haven't rolled over a 10.
4.
No.
And less than a 10, Summer?
Yeah, 7.
It has been a night for you. All right. These are some pretty rings. They're heavy. Murrigan steel. You can look on the inside of the ring, and it has a tiny M engraved on the inside, like one might for an engagement ring. They fit pretty snugly. Some of them a little tighter than you'd expect. You might want to expand them sometime if you ever get to a smith. But hey, they work, and you can put them on a smaller finger than you had planned before, on his pinky or on your pinky or actual ring finger instead of like your pointer finger.
It's just that's it. I'm sorry.
These are great, Robert. This was so awesome. Thank you.
Cool.
Thought it would cement friendship.
No,
Symbol.
it's really cool to touch. It's like coldish. It's good.
It's very cold, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like really cool.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hey, Robert. I know. Do you hear them?
What do you mean?
Well, like the voices. Do you hear them?
They from the Whisperer chat. Yeah, I pray to the God of Whispers, and sometimes they provide guidance. Yes, of course.
It doesn't feel like they make as much sense as they used to.
What do you mean?
It's kind of like I used to be able to pick out the voices that I needed to listen to and mute the ones that I didn't, but now it kind of feels like there's like thousands of voices talking to me at the same time.
Oh, yes. It does. The stronger your connection, the more you'll hear, which is good. It's just difficult to make sense of it all until you've practiced. It's like reading a new language until you understand it. It's difficult. I had hoped, and when I had prayed, heard that there would be one who would maybe know more and interpret for us, and so I assume that is what the one out there in the rain is here to do. Maybe even the Onin or their friend that was here before. They might be able to help with.
Okay. Will you talk to him with me?
Would you like to pray right now?
Yeah.
Sure. He holds two hands out for you to grab two. Salt, you see an open hand there, and knowing now who you internally have chosen to follow, I recognize saltnesses when I hear opportunities now, as he holds two hands out, seeming to like grasp both hands from Summer. There are two hands there. Possible that Salt may want to grab one. Didn't have to, but there is an opportunity.
Salt does not.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
Absolutely. I try and give you as many saltitudes as I can. He holds both hands out to Summer, like, come, let's ask, let's talk.
I put my hands in his and close my eyes.
What do you ask?
I just feel lost. I need guidance. I don't know what to do anymore.
Are you asking in general for what your path should be moving forward? Hey, chat. What do you think the party should do moving forward?
No.
No. I'm going to give chat just a minute or two to kind of answer that, because that's a question that I was planning to set up, and you did it for me, Brie. Fantastic. So, chat, what do you think the party should be doing going forward? I feel like anything I say is going to have bias, says Strong Hearth. Bruh, I don't know, says Bobo. Not fight cliff gods or legit gods. Stay away from cliffs.
Now, anyone watching
die.
on YouTube, now you know what our chat's like.
Right.
Regularly.
This is great. Usually chat always has like some sort of definitive answer, and when you need that answer, it's just like, I don't know. Figure it out.
Beach episode, Beach 2, Electric Boogaloo. Move on to another city, task from the inn. Stay with that stronger, defeat the dragon. Go after Ithka.
Yeah. Stop insulting other gods.
That's a good one.
That's a smart one.
That's ooh, okay, so we can ignore that one then. We're an entity that's constantly changing. Roll with the changes, move on, but never forget the past. Do your best to create positive change in the world. I like the very sensible one immediately followed by, we're an entity that is constantly changing. Roll with the changes, move on, never forget the past. Do your best to create positive changes in the world. Yeah, stop fucking with gods.
From outside, there's like I yell back and I say,
I think live, laugh, love is a pretty good one.
Eat, pray, love. Be the sisterhood of the traveling pants. Do positive work. Fight Keenak. Right. As the two that are not currently in the party, who have been looking at this a lot, what is the general consensus between the five of us? What do you think Chad is interpreting this as? What does the party as a whole think Chad is suggesting, based on what we're seeing? I'm seeing fight Keenak, don't fight Keenak. So, really, any way you want to go.
I think stop messing with gods has been the number one.
That's been a pretty good one.
Like, hey, you should not do that no more.
Let's go back to the kobolds. They're pretty easy.
Yeah.
Let's just fight boars in the forest until we're level 20.
do a low-key
let's
dungeon crawl, you know?
Yeah.
Open a restaurant, maybe.
Stop doing stupid shit.
That's
Stop the
fair.
impending apocalypse.
All right. So let us stop doing not what we should be
Right.
doing. Cool.
So, as
I
y'all
feel
are...
no more guided, guys.
What's up?
I feel no more guided.
Right. You get a general gist of all this, but you're just kind of thinking, you're waiting for a response. However, how? You are hearing it like a lightning rod sitting on the edge of this. Eventually, it just becomes so much. You run in there and you basically spout babble at them. All of this at them. You're like, look, just in an angry kind of like, okay. And by all means, how? Take it from here.
Yeah, so I use, because minor illusion can create sounds, I make everyone listen to what I'm listening to, and I just amplify it and over. You asked such a loaded question. You want the answers? Here they are!
As you hear what once were whispers in your ear coming across the leaves, it's now sounding like shouting in all of your ears. Zinnia at a pause. This is the first time, besides thunder rolling in response, you've ever heard a god directly answer a question. Something to ponder. As all of this noise floods and fills your ears,
Not
it
gonna lie,
eventually... Oh, go ahead.
sorry. The instant gratification from the first time, she's not gonna forget that.
It's definitely...
Hello, Zinnia.
See how at this point, because it's so loud, like drops to his knees because it's getting like very loud, and before he like finally does a last sputter, he goes, "Hello, Zinnia," and
before he just kind of coughs a little bit.
Who are you people?
Who are you people? As Hal kind of looks up at the rest of them, as Robert and Brie unhook hands, as he's like,
I truly think he was here for a reason to help with this. That was quick. Wow.
You have no idea.
Summer, did that help? I understand it was a lot, but I think this is good. I think you said we need to stop what we've been doing, recalibrate, think about what we're doing. Maybe check on those we've hurt, or altogether just leave it. It's just something to think on. Salt, I know you heard this too. And just, I don't necessarily think that you need to change. I think you've changed a lot. This is good development. Getting rid of that stupid amulet. We should have gotten rid of the spear from the very beginning.
Where? We need to get the meat out. We need to get the meat out and let it thaw. That's the most important thing. It's the most direct instruction I've got from chat is that I need to get the meat out and let it thaw.
House stands up shakily, and then he uses minor illusion again, but this time it plays specifically the phrase "one breath at a time," and like deciphers specifically that voice.
First, we breathe. Because this is a lot.
And I point at Salt.
I have known you guys, well, technically longer than you've known me, because I hear a lot about you guys. But that one just did a small recap of what sounds like a year plus of living happening in a few days. You need,
And I play the audio again.
to breathe.
Sound advice. Sound advice. Someone out there is keen. Points out outside of the cave, seemingly in no particular direction. Sound advice. Advice. But
Looks like up to you.
Tonight has been long. It is late. Perhaps everyone should sleep, get rest, and we can figure it out in the morning. Sometimes sleep is the best way to mull over our thoughts.
Someone ate all the chowder, so we should get snacks.
I thought there was more. As he kind of looks down at this large and empty bowl. Damn.
It's a shame.
I'll go back to sitting in the
It goes back outside in the rain.
Okay, sleep. Sleep sounds good.
I'll sit and watch. I've rested enough. Thank you, Zinnia. Sleep. The three of you have been through much.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Salt again curls up with his head on his sister's lap. Summer, you just kind of park your head on the most comfortable of rocks that you can. And Zinnia
hugs Team's amulet and goes to sleep.
before laying down. How you do what you do every night. You sit there and you listen to the whispers. It's almost like sleep for you, just sitting and zoning out. It's essentially a white noise machine to you at this point. If you're not actively listening, you're just kind of filtering it through. Robert comes over, parks it next to you and says, "We don't have to talk now, but there was a reason we were both sent here. These were my friends. I don't know why you were told to come or why you have such a strong connection, but by the way, if you treat my friends well, then you're welcome to come along, but if..." He looks over at the three of them and says, "I care about them a great deal, and obviously you were sent here for a good reason. But I can't lose them again. You're going to stick around. Protect them. Or I will. From any who will do them harm. I hope you'll do the same."
How is flipping a coin up and down?
It's funny. I hear all of it. All of it. But around that one,
And he points at Summer.
it sounds different. So yes, I will help you protect them.
Good.
Kind of pats you on the shoulder. Good.
And then from like hiding, he takes out a small like cupped bowl and hands him a thing of chowder.
I had the last bit of chowder.
There's still some in it.
Yeah. He like stored it for later because he really liked it, but he was just like, all right.
Oh, thank the gods. Found some.
He reaches out to the bowl. It's currently raining, so it kind of hovers over it. But like someone who hasn't eaten anything good in quite a long time, his long dragonborn like sharp tongue begins to go like a fork into the chowder. It doesn't even bother his hands, just to keep the rain off of it. Begins slurping down. It's almost animalistic. It's odd. You don't like it.
Also, this is weird. Do you have any potatoes on you?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
And I just stare out over the cliff.
As you look out to the storm above. How you sit there again, white noising it. You are basically asleep. Your eyes kind of glaze over, and you just sit there and static. Close your eyes. Before sun starts to come up, but all of you remain asleep. Ren, that Zero is his friend. You were told by your Leonin buddy, Zeros, hey, you need to come up here and help these people. They look to be in dire straits, and it's the best thing to do. It's a hot, humid morning, but hey, the clouds are clear. Haven't had a hike in a while. It's probably time to go up there.
Yeah.
You climb up to the roof, or of the top of this mountain. It takes you a bit of time, stretch your legs. You see a black dragonborn with his back up against a cave, and a purple-like figure on the edge of a cliff, as well as 3 fur-clad creatures, all curled up into balls inside the cave. The dragonborn kind of stops and stands and says,
You Leonin friend.
I step on a stick and it snaps and like pokes me in the shin. I'm like, ah, son of a bitch. Hi, sorry. Zeros told me to come find you guys. Hello?
Hi.
can you describe Ren for us?
So Rin it appears to be an elf, in kind of like boho clothing. Wears a green bandana. Chad, you silly gooses. But yeah, just like kind of boho clothing. Hair that comes down in braids. Nice. It's kind of like purplish hair. But yeah.
Are you? I'm glad you're here. We could use help. My friends here. Friends. He points to Hal before correcting himself and saying, "Friends."
Before we get to that, if is there any chowder left? Zero says there would be some, and I'm kind of hungry.
He kind of wipes the corner of his mouth. And looks over at Hal.
Says it was an owl bear.
Oh.
Yep. It came by, took the whole thing.
He did say something about an owlbear being
out
there. Well,
that
I'm
story
glad.
Totally checks.
Glad you're okay.
I'm perhaps you did see that there was only some left. Maybe an owlbear did come, but I've confessed to eating the very last of it.
Oh no, that's fine. I've got some food here in my bag. Yeah, I was just hoping for something warm, but that's okay. I think I've got. Digging through is like, do you happen to have any extra water? I've got some like dry oats. I guess I could make some kind of like porridge or something.
I have 3 wineskins.
He kind of like cuts you off. You don't need wine for porridge, do you?
No. Just some water.
You have water, not wine?
He points to Hal.
Hal like feels around, eventually finds like a water skin that's significantly smaller than the wine skins.
Yes.
I have drinking water as well. Make the porridge.
He
okay.
Hands over water to you. He goes over to Salt, Summer, and Zinnia. He's completely. He's like, wait, hey, wake up. Breakfast. It's important. Look.
Oh, it's you, Robert.
It's a sign, Salt. Yes, man.
As he points over at this new character here in the
very
Another
very
one.
androgynous looking as well. You wouldn't be able to discern a particular gender either.
I think this is the
Wait,
one who
where'd the
swore to
white
come
guy,
earlier.
where'd the onion go?
He went to go check on his wife, Seiza.
Oh, good. But they're gonna make porridge. This is a sign. The universe is putting everything together. Do you think perhaps Team is looking out for us?
in the underworld. As a brief cut to the underworld, that's when Team's like, I just want to buy 7 donkeys. What is the price? Before it cuts back like a TV show.
I need this for the rest of the campaign.
It's just a constant bit going back to their D&D game, but they have like a full party now with a couple like other dead people.
It's like 4 episodes behind us.
Yeah, exactly.
In there, just being like, "Wait, why did my character die so quick?"
What do you mean we're fighting a giant apple?
Who the hell is the Bay King?
Okay. Bowl. It's got a bunch of chowder bits left in it. Here, hold on, and clean out with some prestidigitation, and get the bowl all clean. Pour some water in. Pour in the oats. Get it all nice. Heat up the water.
Start a quick fire and get it cooking.
Yeah, with a nice little like flick of the finger, a small bolt of fire goes into the little thing. It'll take a few moments, but yeah, we'll have some breakfast.
Zinnia, Summer, and Salt, you're welcome to this new character, but an excited Robert. Must not have had a proper meal in quite a long time. Even the chowder was good, but it's not his favorite. Ready and finally able to eat. He thinks this is a sign from Chad itself. This is a good thing.
Is it Hal? I turn to Hal.
Maybe. I'm gonna be honest. I'm hearing a lot right now, and a lot of it is saying something about better porridge. What's a better porridge?
I'm intrigued about this as well.
That looks like literal. It's porridge. That
Salt.
I'm looking.
I would not be able to do it justice. Could you please explain better porridge?
Haha. We have annoyed Alex with Salt and made him do salt things.
Ah.
So, it's porridge, but better.
Um,
And then
Like,
you hear
did
Salt mutter
your-
to himself.
did your friend put like herbs or something in there? Like,
Is there like frozen berries? Is this?
I'm very confused. All I have is just porridge.
Can you
It's
make
just
it better? Right, she knows. Can you make it better?
How do you do this all the time? Seriously.
Zinnia.
No,
I mean,
guys,
I
it's
c- I
porridge, but it's better porridge.
I could
So
make
it's
it
better
taste
than
better.
porridge.
Do you want it to taste like it has butter? Or...
No,
No, not butter. Better.
Zinnia,
No,
come
no,
on.
it's
you
not
know.
better because it's butter.
Zinnia is like grasping Team's amulet. She's like smiling as this is talking and puts it away. It's better porridge. You never heard of it? It's like the biggest thing around.
Mm.
Yeah, there was porridge con back a couple weeks ago.
Can't
Wait, there was
can't
what?
say I have.
Porridge
Con.
con.
There were
Yeah, a
flyers.
whole
everywhere.
convention around porridge.
I definitely missed that in my travels.
I
Yeah.
should have gone. with
Everyone
you.
maintained 6 foot apart though, which was really good.
I'm already
Huh.
wearing a mask. Even I've heard of porridge con. I was gonna go with my mask on, but I didn't know there was better porridge there.
Oh,
Yeah, and Robert, how would you say better porridge is? A hint of strawberry or overload of strawberry?
Well, see, that's what makes it better. It's so good. It's hard to put a description on it. Obviously, there's strawberry flavoring, but maybe even cinnamon or cloves or nutmeg, a bit of eggnog. It's better. Right? It's better.
It's
Oh,
like a
you-
multitude of all those into porridge.
oh,
And it doesn't even have to be like edible, Like this one time it was really old porridge, but he just made it better.
oh! I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. It sounds like your friend was maybe magically inclined.
He was.
He made magic
Oh.
porridge, if that's what you're saying.
There's nothing special about that, and Rin's gonna put their hand over.
Oh, hey,
Hold
hey
me
now.
back. There's nothing special about that.
Hey
Summer's
now.
Summer's
Well-
very much on the edge of her mental stability at the moment. She's not going to take it and slaps that person straight in their face.
What was that for?
It's a
I was
rat
just
poke
saying,
slap.
there's
It's not very
nothing
hard, but
special about it. All that person would have had to
When they
do
say
is.
it, I slap them again.
I roll for initiative now.
Cast prestidigitation and use all of the ingredients that Chad has suggested. Just like fire it immediately at both the bowls of porridge while I'm watching them slap each other. Better.
See? I get it.
No, that was tough magic. I am strained. I'm gonna sit down, and he sits back in the spot
You
on the
dirty
cliffside.
liar.
I would never lie. I tell nothing but the truth.
as a combination of all the ingredients suggested by chat are poofed into the two
Ooh,
porridge
potato
vats.
porridge.
Potatoes,
there's
strawberries,
potatoes,
butter,
onions.
cream, onions, scallions, cinnamon, garlic,
Magic.
magic. So the taste of, pixies or glitter in your mouth it just kind of sticks to you. Is
See,
filled in
I'm
this
sure.
porridge.
I'm sure he probably made it taste great, right?
Yeah, and don't speak of the ill of the dead like that.
Whoa! I didn't know anyone was dead.
Yeah, I don't just assume.
Dude, you missed a huge recap.
Assume everyone's dead.
Okay, so what happened was
Okay. And I sit down with my porridge and make mine taste better to me, other than potato and onion
and strawberries. You change the taste of yours to where it tastes just fine. As Salt begins retelling this, Salt, are you also having a porridge as you're recanting once more?
no, thank you.
Okay. Summer, Zinnia.
I'm gonna sniff it and then taste it a little.
Robert grabs a big spoonful as you take a small taste. It tastes like everything described to you. It's a casserole of everything, and it's not great. This is worse porridge.
Worse porridge.
Same way.
Yo, hey, Chatter said it was better porridge. I was
No,
just
you can't be
listening to the
messing with
voice.
food like that. And Ren's gonna reach over and just do and just fix this atrocity.
This
What
reminds me
flavor
of
do
the
you make
final
it?
at PorridgeCon, where
Just simple porridge with butter and cinnamon, and just leaving it at that. It's tasty. It doesn't need much.
Hey, maybe we'll work on this together. This is okay porridge. It's not better, but it's. Thank you. No
I see how it
dissuasion
is.
to the
I
cook.
get slapped when I talk about someone else's porridge, but
Oh yeah,
how
better
dare you
porridge is
insult my porridge in
easy to
front of my
make.
face?
No, I'm saying it's good. It's okay. It's better than normal, but it's not better.
It's
See.
porridge.
Fair enough.
Porridge is what this is called.
Anyways, Zeros was saying y'all look like shit. You look pretty well rested now, and he looks hungry.
You're very blunt, aren't you?
Well, I mean, a life of travels will do that.
Okay.
Tell you what,
Hmm.
the three of you slept on it.
Zinnia, Summer, and Salt.
What do you think? What should we do? Follow your lead.
Well, what are we gonna do about these gods?
fuck them.
Oh,
I don't
whoa!
think that's gonna help.
I'm all about love, but hey, whoa! I don't think that's a good idea.
I think we need to
Get
At
them in
least-
pecking range.
at least tell
Mhm.
Gideon's parents what happened to him. I think it's important for us. Now we know where their house is, Asterion, but we don't know where they are. So we should probably find them.
Oh, I guess we never knew if they were in the house, did we? I mean, knowing Castigon, though, why wouldn't they be in the house?
Oh, big baby. You get your point of inspo. That's why he bought the dog.
High inspiration.
Hey,
What a good boy.
I guess maybe we go back to Asterion, see if the gods have left, and if they have, we can check and figure out what's going on there. We should probably make sure that everyone else is still alive.
Okay.
Inspo, please.
Oh, I need it. Thank you. Give me.
Hold on.
Brought the cat up.
Hey, my
Can I
cat was
have
around
my
earlier and
baby?
I didn't get inspo. Just saying.
Alex, did you call for your baby? Hey, can you just 1 sec? All right, take him. Get him out
Find
of
that
here.
lizard.
Get him out of here. Brie, you get your inspo as well. All right, get out of here, cat.
Why?
Where
Oh, Jakey had a
y'all?
cat earlier. You can have one.
Let's go
where
back
is
and
the
see
lot
what
of you
happened.
going?
Let's go fix up a suit and go from there.
Okay. Then we're heading back to Ashburn. Ren, would you join us, or your Zeros, or whoever?
Yeah, I can go let Zeros know, and I'm sure he's probably found Seiza by now.
Do
Okay.
you travel with them often?
Yeah, they're pretty good friends.
I didn't know Leonin lived around here. I thought, Zinir, do you know them? Did you know them from before?
Well, that's
They-
kind of racist.
Meant nothing of it.
But he said it.
I meant nothing of it.
You know every Pokemon, Robert.
He's from the Scorch. He doesn't really get out often. Don't listen to them, Robert. Don't listen to them. It's okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
I know we are an exotic kind, but we don't only hail from where I come from.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Sorry, no offense. It was just I call it like I see it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. No biggie.
So we're gonna go back down to Ashburn. Do we think the gods are still there?
Well, we can definitely scout to make sure they're not.
Mm-hmm. We've done
Uh-huh.
everything that they wanted us to do. You know, Castigon has his amulet back. I took Amber to the faking. They shouldn't need anything more from us.
What, did y'all run into some trouble or something down in Ashburn?
Oh, Ashburn is ill.
It's
Oh.
Ash.
Acid burn is what they should call it now.
Well, that sounds terrible.
Mm.
That was a good one, though. I'm sorry, it was really insensitive, but that was a good one.
Thanks.
Good what?
Oh, acid burn, because Ash. I'm gonna sit outside.
And he goes and sits
Oh.
in a spot.
Crash override.
I don't know. I didn't recognize him to answer your question, Robert. He we're a little more red toned, I think, from Red Rock, and he looked a little more. Actually, I wasn't here for how he looked, but I'm assuming it
Like a
wasn't.
silver fox thing going on, you know? He's got
Oh,
that
dude.
white fur kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah.
All right, then to Ashburn. Call it from there. Right?
Yeah. So the gods are out of there by now, right?
Salter, if you would be able to see for us. If it seems bad, we won't go.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm
just-
sorry. The gods are what?
Can you hear my whole story? Look, okay, so, you know, there were two circus rats, and they met this Leonin and this bony guy, right? And then, I'll keep going, by the way, until someone stops me.
I'm gonna say y'all are talking like as y'all are walking at this point. But this is like the
Orange.
third or fourth time Salt's had to tell the tale in like a 24-hour period.
I'm standing by
Oh,
Summer
well-
while Salt is telling the story, and I go,
You know, I could just like do the thoughts thing again and play it for him, and he could just hear the whole thing. But it's hilarious watching him do all the actions along.
Yeah, don't take that away from him.
Oh, I definitely won't. This is the best.
As y'all are conversing, the first major obstacle comes into view
Cliff.
as you stand atop an 80-foot tall cliff down the pathway that leads back to Ashburn.
Oof.
You couldn't have given that amulet back after we all got down the cliff, could you?
Then the gods will probably still be there.
Hmm.
Well, Careful.
Rin, you're Rin from here around here, no?
No, absolutely not. I just travel here and there and everywhere. I have not been here before.
I'm gonna help Robert down.
Okay.
I'll go first then. As you're like, yeah, let me help. He slides his legs over, starts climbing down. You basically do the whole path for him, and you're like, okay, now go here instead. Robert will do an athletics to climb down.
Cast guidance on him while he goes down.
Our boy is back. Thank God you give him advantage and guidance because it started with a nat 1, which I'm using my yeet fuck roll dice, and so it's just fuck.
Yeet. Oh.
Okay, so much better. With the combo of the let me add the guidance to it just to see the number. Okay, with the guidance, that's a 20. As you see his foot slip, but you showed him like Summer. You're like, that's why I told you to grab your hand there. As he starts climbing his way down, and this time going very quickly, not wanting to be on the wall at all. After he slipped just a little bit, the guidance added 2. He wasn't an 18 with the advantage from Summer. Makes it down, and he's like, okay, come on. See, beckons for the rest of the party to come.
Is this the taller of the two cliffs?
It is.
Yep.
Cool.
Zinnia will get Pepper's tail again, and I'll just run down.
Ren just looks at the rest of the group, gives a salute, and falls backwards off the cliff. And while falling, cast Featherfall.
He's like, no. Oh.
Or you kind of glide back like you're swimming, doing like a backstroke in the water, before you land onto the ground.
Zinnia, do that.
Do that.
Do that.
Zinnia, do
I
not
just-
do that.
And just, I did this before and it worked, so I'm just gonna do it again, Robert.
As like nails on a chalkboard, going all the way down. Summer or Salt, are either of you helping her?
Wasn't
tail.
Pepper's tail? Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna grab Pepper's tail
Cast
then.
guidance.
Can you guidance as well with your new character?
Yep,
Okay,
because
just making
I
sure.
have a magical book of magic secrets.
Neato. As you
That's the pack thing I
your
do.
way down, go ahead and roll athletics at advantage with guidance.
With guidance.
Better not fuck up. Okay. Oh, natural 20.
Nice, solid. This time you kind of slide down before your claws like retract by accident, but in doing so, you just kind of hold the tail and slide it down. The tail cannot hold your weight at all, but it holds just enough to where you Mary Poppins your way down. The tail is actively trying to fly you upwards. It's going against what you want here, but in doing so, it allows you to fall slowly. You fall faster than normal, but not enough to someone as strong as you to slam hard into the ground as you land on the rock below. How? You were the last one at the top.
While Drew's character did the whole drift thing, How just watched him and goes, show off, and he just starts to like very awkwardly climb down. Doing a little bit of parkour here and there though, because he is a lanky, dexterous boy.
Summer, Salt, are either of you helping your new friend?
Not at the moment.
If I have the ability to, I'll help him climb
Okay.
down as well.
Salt, you're more just like under Zinnia as she's falling before How goes down. Summer, you're like, okay, I don't know if you're good at climbing, but I would take this step as you're rat-folking your way down the wall. Go ahead and roll me a acrobatics check at advantage.
That is, let me check my acrobatics. A 17.
17. You try and you're like, okay, he's a show-off. I'm going to try and show off as well, but the stone is still kind of wet from the previous night, and as you kind of fall and dangle on one hand, you decide, no, okay, as you just climb down regular, but at a speed where you're more like dropping yourself and catching yourselves on the rock. You're confident in your abilities, but not terribly confident. As you all make it down to there, you're like, okay, good, yeah, done with this cliff. Before you look back over the 50-foot cliff, and all of you give a collective groan, as that seems like a decent place to stop before we go on break here pretty soon. Does that work for everybody?
1 more hour.
1 more hour. Great. As you're up there on the edge of the cliff, all of you give a collective before you look down, and you hear I wouldn't want to go down there either. Before you look at Summer with Castigon's hand on her shoulder, her eyes go bright and wide before Castigon and Summer vanish from atop 50-foot cliff.
Does the hat fall on the floor?
No, the hat does not fall on the floor.
There goes all the money.
Oh, I bet you guys can guess what chat's thinking.
How it just says at the top comedically, as that seems like the proper place. Pulled a little sneaky on
There
you
we
there.
There we go. I knew it wasn't gonna end nice. This
Just
is
why
Red
would it?
Wagon Inn.
We have a solid 2-week break from this, so the first time we will be back with the regular Red Wagon Inn, because next week we're going to be doing a Christmas special, which I'm very, very excited about and currently writing. And then the week after that, we're taking a week off. So we'll come back January 5th and go from there. The only person that we will be sans for a little bit, because she has to go and have a baby. So, oh, wow, not prioritizing the Red Wagon Inn. So selfish, guys.
Can't believe it.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
You can send hate mail to... I'll send her... I'll put the address in chat. Don't worry about it.
Right to her home address. We'll
Home
dox
address.
that.
Yeah.
Someone will be whispering in chat, but yeah. Thank you guys for playing with me. Yeah. For the 21 episodes.
Can't wait to
Now I
have
have
you
to go.
back postnatal, I guess.
Yeah, it's just an extra
I don't know.
inspiration you have there, Brie, you know?
My postnatal D&D.
Yeah.
That's on my list of things to do. Yeah, I'll come back and get that sweet newborn inspiration.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Alex did it once. I mean, you should be milking that more often, man. Just get, hey, come here. Start every
I could if I would, alright?
Oh, man.
The little guy just doesn't stop eating.
Ugh, how dare he. Well, thank you for playing with us for so long, Brie, and we can't wait to have you back. And good luck, and everything's going to go great, and awesome. Congratulations again. We will see you
Thank you.
post-baby, and go from there.
Yay!
Yay!
Woo-woo.
Right, last bit of the giveaway. Again, if you haven't entered, make sure you do your exclamation point LUD so that you can win yourself the amazing
Show 'em what they can win.
Thunderdark. How about I show them what they could win right now?
Show them. Yeah, you can win those.
Pretty.
What a salesman,
there.
Drew.
Yep.
You gotta say
For
like,
free? Actually, no, it's free.
this
I
little
pay for the
twin you get
shipping.
a sweater. That's how you sell it. You gotta say it's a cute dice goblin in a sweater.
Thank you.
Make sure you enter
make sure
that
to-
for the next like 20 or 30 seconds. That way you can get yourself some dice possibly, and we will see you when we are back with regular Red Wagon Inn content, so 3-week break, but then come back for next week's one-shot on the Christmas episode. It won't be these characters, it'll be individual, brand new characters for the one-shot. And the module will be released so that you all could play your own Christmas one-shot. And I'm very excited about this module because I don't know many of these that do this. This is a dual path module. You can actually play through this module twice with different results each time that you play for it. So I'm very excited about it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
The entries are closing.
Close them. Close them up.
Alright, so
Picking
team,
a
what we do,
winner.
guys, is we gotta have new characters this week, so let's make each other's characters.
Gamer girl.
Ooh, that would be fun.
So,
Oh,
so
hey,
Zinni, if you want to
gamer girl.
consult... Yay, gamer girl.
Congratulations,
Gamer
Gamer Girl.
Gamer girl. Gamer girl.
Gamer Girl says, congrats, man. I love it. Congratulations, Gamer Girl 1092. Make sure you look for your messages. That way we can get you your stuff as soon as possible.
Yes.
I want to say one more quick thank you to everybody for all the amazing well wishes you gave to the Rybo fam. It definitely helped us get through it. We're out on the other end and very happy and thankful. And please continue to give all the amazing well wishes to Think Creative and their family and others who are affected by this so that we can all get through it and see each other on the other side. Thank you so much. We'll see you all next week for Christmas, and then we hope you have a happy holiday, and bada bing, bada boom. Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.
And I will